hop right in it. What? Can I not open that door? It's the worst. Okay, what did I want to do? I think I wanted to...
It's the ledger. Oh, and the cool piece of toilet paper is stuck to the back.
do this. Well, let's give it a shot.
Is still not what happens. Fuck this compartment. You should throw it away. Strange. Why does it make you so angry?
Let's
The
give it a
acidic
smell.
stench of rotting food is rubbed off on the cellulose. It now forms the base of the experience. This base surrounded by a faint air of spoiled meat, the stuff of death itself, and then sprinkled liberally with the citrus zest of toilet cleaner.
Incredible. I just want to know if there's a phone number I should call, but can't find anything. Yeah, what would life be without the horrific necktie, honestly? Great machines and quiescence. White pine trees. Looks like a forest under snow. Huh. Wild pine. Who'd have guessed? Ooh, how do we get there?
A rusting control panel with several knobs. 2 buttons marked Marche and Arrête are faded with use. It seems to control the large crane above. A container is attached to its hook block.
Hey, I know what arrête means thanks to the hit YA series Ranger's Apprentice. It means stop. Yeah, I'm having a pretty good time. I found the game studio that was very sad. They really tried so hard with no money.
Marche. On. Arrête. Off.
I didn't need that. Only Harry needed that. Sorry, only what's his name? Raphael. Something. Okay. Well, let's
With
press
a
on.
loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air. And with a surprisingly quiet thunk, the crane places the container down. This crane was built with a purpose, which has now been fulfilled. To move this container.
What's inside the container?
Who can say? All you know is, it's special.
I'm really glad I did psychologist because Inland Empire has some of the best, like, check quotes in the game.
I can't see how that was worth the records, except for seeing the crane in action, which I admit was satisfying.
Alright, let's make it.
The crane does
stop.
not return to its original position. It does not move at all.
Esprit de Corps is also good. Kvalsund.
Before you stands a cargo container, just one of many in the yard.
Yeah, Shivers also seems cool. It's hard because I don't know whether I want to like do skills because they're cool or do skills because it's a sudden like a thing. that I need to do checks for.
You do? Because I don't.
What? Lieutenant, come on. You don't think this is an important container?
There are a million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one?
I don't know, Kim. It just feels special.
It's a cargo container, detective, just like all the others. We are not here to interact with containers. We are here to get the body down from the tree.
Let's give it a knock.
No reply.
Let's give it an
You
open.
attempt to turn the handle, to no avail. The doors seem to be mechanically locked. To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement.
Let's persuade the door to open.
Why are you even trying to open a door with rhetoric?
Because getting physical wasn't an option.
Because what wasn't an option?
Using my body over my wits.
Now is not the time to get philosophical, detective. You can do that after hours.
Fine. Gotta say, Kim's kind of cramping my style a bit. Shipyard ahead is awfully quiet. Speaker tower is silent because there's no work because everyone's on strike. There's lots of good money just laying around here. I'm liking it. Well, not good money, just a bit of money. Like negligible amounts of money. Ooh, the banner sags. Who are you?
Container, container, I'll turn you nice and red. Container, container, put the logos on.
The accent is so thick, it's impossible not to notice he's Ubi, from the vanishing peninsula of Ubisund on Muindi.
Container, container, used to be Wild Pines. Container, container, now belongs to Everard. Everard, 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 he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister?
Is that why Everard is called Everard?
The look in his deep blue eyes is as sincere as you've ever seen. Kind of makes you feel like an arsehole for no apparent reason.
Harry, you are kind of an asshole.
I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you?
No, of course not.
I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat. Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister.
Where is everyone?
Oh, most of the guys are down at the gates, keeping the scabs from coming in. We're on a strike. The whole union is. You don't have to work when you're on strike. Ha! We haven't worked for 2 months now.
So no one is working?
Not everyone is down there, of course. Mr. Everard is in his office, where he always is. And Jean-Luc is guarding the gate. But Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble and Everard sent them on a nice vacation. For a week or so.
What kind of trouble?
Oh, I'm not really supposed to talk about that. That's union business. Him and his boys stirred up something in town. Probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. I heard Mr. Everett telling him to take some time off.
No, this kind of feels like it might be related to our dead guy.
Don't go all bad cop on this simple, friendly fella.
But what did they do?
I guess the boys got a bit too rowdy and had to let out some steam. I don't really know the details. Well, that's just how boys are, you know. I haven't been in a fight since I was in middle school.
Easy, Leo. Let's keep this on the hearties.
Okay, Leo, let's hear about this fight you got into.
I remember I was the runt of the class. The bigger boys always used to pick on me. You see, I had a bit of a temper back in the day. Flew off the handle like nobody's business. But Mr. Everett and his brother always came to help. Once they beat old Noel Becker so bad he needed stitches on his head. Noel never started another fight with anyone after this. Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar are real nice guys, mister. You should go talk to Mr. Everett. I'm sure you'll be good friends. He's friends with everyone around here.
You're never getting anything useful out of him. It's good enough you found out Everard has a brother called Edgar, and he helped Leo.
Are you the Leo?
Oh, yes, yes. I leave all kinds of notes for myself. That old head of mine ain't so good at keeping things in no more. I almost forgot about the borscht.
What was that about the borscht?
Oh, yes. I've been taking special whirling borscht to the men every day since the strike started. It's very, very good. Makes a man feel so warm and happy. I feel like I could take on Mr. Renadan's boar dogs every time the lunch is done.
Power borscht, huh? Never heard of a borscht that turns little guys into dogfighters. Alcohol, however.
What do you mean by taking the soup to the men? Is it for striking?
Yes, yes. I'm taking it to them. The borscht keeps them happy and in fighting spirits. Makes you all warm inside. They brew it in the whirling in rags.
Hold up, who makes it at the whirling?
Oh, the whirling's cook. He makes it. Them is always talking with Mr. Manana in that weird language and laughing together. He doesn't speak what we speak. He's from Grad.
Looks like this is some spiked borscht. I'm gonna look into it.
Oh, sure, mister. Sure. You do that. Yes, sir.
What's in that container?
Oh, that one. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. They're just waiting to be loaded up.
Told you.
What are you doing with the
Oh,
containers?
I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So it's easier for the crane operators to spot them.
It can't be retried. I don't think I'm gonna get enough logic to make this relevant anyway, so might as well give it a shot. What's going on here?
Everything is so pretty and red. You and Leo look like brothers as you glance around with similar childlike wonder.
Red is so much prettier than drab old green.
Sure is, mister. Sure is. Really livens up the place. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
I had to break this bonding moment, but the red containers mean they are replacing the company livery with the union livery, which means this strike isn't gonna stop anytime soon.
Do you work here?
Yes, yes. Everybody needs a job, and this is mine. I'm Leonard, by the way. Leonard Bellick. But everyone calls me Leo. I'm like Mr. Everett's right-hand man when Mr. Edgar is out of town, and Mr. Edgar's right-hand man when Mr. Everett is away. Actually, Miss Beaufort is the right-hand man, but she's a lady.
Who is this, Miss Beaufort?
A real pretty lady with a skin like those Douai Sucre candy bars my missus likes so much. Them are real nice to suckle on once the dinner is done and me and the missus sit down beside the radio.
I love Easy Leo.
But I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here and I'm always busy keeping things running here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
He's just also a wife guy in addition to everything else. It's great.
Stay on this Miss Beaufort topic.
Hold on, who's this Miss Beaufort you mentioned?
Oh, Lizzie. She is a real sharp tool. Mr. Everett put her through some fancy school and everything, east of the river. 4 years she was gone, and when she came back, she was all fancy and lawyerly. But she's a real nice girl. Grew up in this here neighborhood, knows everybody and gets along with everyone. Real pillar of the community one day, I'm sure.
Sounds like it.
For a fraction of a second, there's sadness in his eye.
If me missus and me was to have a child, I'd be real happy if she turned out like her. But she can't have kids. Dr. Lemaitre said so, and she knows about such things. Been a doctor for almost 50 years she has.
I think you're doing a great job around here, Leo.
Yes, this place really seems to run like clockwork. Keep it up, Leo.
I love Kim.
Well, thanks a lot. Coming from you, it means a lot, really. Sometimes I feel some of the guys don't really get how much I bust my ass for them here. But you guys are alright.
The white rectangle on your clothes might not mean an awful lot in Martinez, but the recognition from an authority figure made Leo's day.
I'm looking for the leader of the union.
Oh, you want Mr. Everett then? He's an awfully nice fellow, he is. Him and his brother are both nice fellows. They've lived their entire lives in this here neighborhood. Guys like Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar, his brother, are real good guys. Made Martinez what it is today. Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar and I went to the same school we did when we were boys.
Patience. Deep down you have the mental power to keep listening. Not many would, but you do.
Do not interrupt. Yeah, we can't interrupt Easy Leo.
Had an arithmetics teacher, Miss Bellows. Her real name was Miss Bellams. She was a real pretty lady, but when she got mad, all the boys liked her, if you know what I mean, mister. We used to sneak in her yard in the dark and peek through the window. One time we saw Miss Bellows with a fellow. Yes, we did, mister.
No, you fucking didn't.
Yes, we did, mister. Indeed we did. Him was a big fellow. Used to drive the Troika near houses, school and everything. Them was all naked too. That's all I got to say about that.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Thank you for telling me the whole thing.
Thank you. Almost forgot. Mr. Everard is in that container over there. I got distracted telling the story, but he's in there.
Okay, I'm off.
Bye-bye now.
Bro, what you doing? Yeah, I mean, it's, I think, an appropriate title considering what the horrific necktie has done to us in the past. With stare, lukewarm coffee. Oh, wait, what? Huh? Oh, the stairs over there, I see. A taxidermy fish that tells time. Ah, yeah, that's good stuff.
Before you is a walrus of a man seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you. With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you. A typical power play. Wait for him to speak first. Show him you've got a backbone.
Say nothing and look him dead in the eye.
The one good eye of this man fills you up without even flickering. The other, his lazy eye, is constantly moving like a goldfish in a tank, grotesquely magnified by his +6 glasses. For a moment, you don't know where to look. It is unbearably humid in the trailer. Beads of sweat slide down the man's forehead. Yet, he's unperturbed, holding his own.
Keep staring.
At first, nothing happens. His face wears a wide and self-satisfied smile. Every now and then, he smacks his big lips. Like a general over his maps, he plots his moves. Judging by the way he's licking his chops, it's going to be a good one.
So, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi, how nice that you found a moment to pay a visit to the Debarders Union. I'm Everard Clare, head of this little operation here.
Hey, he knows my name. I don't even know my name.
Please, have a seat.
Tiny folding chair.
The folding chair looks like a torture device. Extremely uncomfortable.
Okay, how can I see where I have... Oh, do I not have points to spend? Okay, cool.
You go ahead, detective.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
I think I'd rather stand.
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner, as equals. Take a seat. I insist.
He's trying to throw you off your game with this Dubois nonsense. Don't give him the pleasure.
I don't sit. It's kind of my thing.
Very well, Mr. Dubois. I respect a man with strong convictions.
I don't think not sitting is Harry's thing, but, you know, let's go with it.
I, too, have convictions. One of which is that I will not engage with any man who won't face me at eye level. Should you find yourself more amenable in the future, I'd gladly resume our conversation. But until then, I'm afraid I must ask you to leave.
Damn, that's a nasty play. He's got you, a titan of volition, in a fork. Guess you just have to sit or leave.
I have vague memories from watching someone else play this of the chair giving me psychic damage, so I didn't want to sit in it, but I guess I have to.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you are a reasonable man, and reasonable men Reasonable men can be of great use to one another.
I really want to wink back.
So tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world. It's violating your backside.
My backside.
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say.
Who was Gart again? Don't remember.
This should take care of that nonsense.
A giant novelty check.
It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few
Oh.
days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
Hey, that's 25 real. That's good money. Think of all the stuff you could.
You know Gart?
Yes, I know Lawrence. He's a real character. No union man in him. A real piece of work, that boy is.
I think you can keep the check.
Okay, okay. I respect a man with principles. No handouts, then.
Also, 25 real is nowhere near enough, so it doesn't matter.
Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun, lost gun. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only two words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun.
I would appreciate any help you could provide.
Are you all right, Harry? You seem anxious. Don't be. Everything's going to be all right. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
Kim, help me.
Officer, we will deal with this later. We don't need Mr. Clare's help with this.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
I think I'm gonna panic.
God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't you? You're about to cry because you lost your gun and those children are gonna shoot themselves with it. You want to cry? God, you're weak. Whatever you do, don't cry. He'll think you're disgusting.
Mr. Dubois, you don't look so good.
What is this, Mr. Dubois? He keeps repeating. What is he trying to pull here? You need to cool the fuck down. Chill.
Mr. Dubois!
Cool it.
Mr. Dubois! Harry!
There are no Harrys.
While Everard is distracted by your odd behavior, the lieutenant's eyes are mapping everything around you. The folder, desk, papers on the wall.
Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something? Are you having some kind of medical emergency?
Maybe you could use your hands somehow, in a kind of throw-in motion, like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois.
Actually, this chair is uncomfortable. I could use that glass of water.
What an odd demonstration of... you got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're wasting our time. And I'm an extremely busy man, as I'm sure you are too.
Okay, enough. We are here to ask you some questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Quick, here's your window. Get yourself together and ask him questions. Police officer questions.
I like how that's an easy check and I barely got it.
It is about time to stop embarrassing yourself. Questions will help you regain some of your lost dignity.
Aren't you going to ask me how I got in?
Harry, honestly, I'm just relieved you didn't get a hernia. A man your age...
I too am surprised by the resilience and athleticism of this tool I've been provided with.
Yes, Harry. You are obviously in peak physical condition, and I salute both your initiative and your physical prowess. Very impressive, Harry. Very impressive.
Oh god, I'm just remembering when I was in the air, I wasn't wearing pants. And everyone, apparently someone saw that to tell Everard.
Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it.
Could you help me get a dead body down from a tree?
You might have noticed there's one hanging on a tree behind the hostel cafeteria.
Oh my. Don't take this question personally, but why would I get involved in this matter?
Mr. Clare, the man was hanged with a cargo belt, a steel-reinforced cargo belt. It's safe to assume the Union had something to do with the murder. Besides, getting the body down would benefit all of us. It's a stain on the neighborhood.
Let's say nothing.
I can certainly see how having him up there might start affecting some real estate values. But of course, all joking aside, I am going to help you. Jean-Luc, my boy, I'm sending 2 police officers down. They have a dead body in a tree problem they need help with. Namely, they need it to be taken down. And Jean, please take it easy with the race science. That's a yes to getting the body down, no to the race science.
Jean-Luc, no.
You can find Jean-Luc down at the gates. He's the big impressive one. You know, tattoos, muscles, ethnic looking. Can't miss him. Great guy.
What's in that container?
My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbour. I couldn't possibly remember what's in all of them.
Yeah, JJ, I feel like Jean-Luc is not actually going to say no to the race science. There's something special about that container, though.
Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is a precious resource, and I don't have enough of it to count containers with you.
Smooth talking. Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should at least try convincing it.
I want to talk about the hanging.
Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to help you, like I'm helping you with the body. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me. But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open.
Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines, incredibly talented at opening doors.
Kim, is that true? Are we door-opening machines?
I'm not sure I understand. If you're asking us to break down someone's door, it's not going to happen.
Come now, I just need you to go open a little door for me and leave it unlocked. A simple thing. Absolutely nothing shady about it.
Does this jiggling ooze think he's going to use you? He's got another thing coming. Play his game, son, with your eyes peeled. He's going to slip up, and when he does, you're going to come out on top.
Why don't you just open it?
Harry, I'm a very busy man, and more importantly, I don't have that extraordinary physique you do. You look like you could run around all day.
You want to send someone a message that the police are working for you.
I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi, and therefore I must occasionally enlist outside help. So what will it be, Harry?
Whose door is it?
Oh, no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about.
What do you mean, a weasel?
A loud blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly. Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss business with you.
Sorry, my sister was texting. I bet you didn't even know anything.
Harry, my dear friend, I am what people call a local bigwig. I know everything that goes on in Martinez.
Fine, I'll look into your stupid weasel door.
Fantastic, my friend. Just let me know when it's done and we can take our friendship to the next level.
The next level?
You can get the key from Manana. He's down by the gates. Manana's like a free agent in the Union. Special operations. Hardened socialist. A real free thinker too. He'll tell you precisely where the door is. One last thing, Harry. Just open the door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door.
I'm looking into your shady brew.
I don't know what that means, Harry. Shady brew? There are so many moving parts in my operation, I can't keep track of them all. You know what? Don't even tell me. Whatever it is, do it. Surprise me. Just one thing. If you can, make it even shadier.
You called me Mr. Dubois. Why?
Of course. Let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Everard, I call you Harry.
That's what the hanged corpse called you. Harry.
So that's my name.
My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you? What are the odds of that?
I think the odds of that are very low.
My memory is fine. I'm just testing you.
So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. However, if you did have a spot of memory trouble, I could help you out. With my big fat folder.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now.
Do you know where I live?
But of course, Harry. Your precinct is the 41st and you live in Jamrock. You're a Jamrock boy. A long way from home, but that's okay.
Where'd you get that folder?
Ah, this? My friends in your organization gave it to me, Harry.
I find that very suspicious. May I have a look?
I'm afraid this is meant for Union eyes only, Mr. Kitsuragi. I'm sure you understand. Please continue, Harry.
Let's get this straight. What is my full name?
It's Harry. Harry Dubois.
You feel like a Dubois, but you don't feel like a Harry. Strange. You don't feel like any of these things. You know what your name is. You have a sophisticated name, like that of a count, or a beautiful man.
I feel like a Dubois, but not quite like... No, okay, no. That's not my name. My name is Raphael Cousteau.
Fine, Harry. You can even be Harry Raphael Dubois de Costeau, or whatever you choose to be. Mr. Kitsuragi doesn't seem even slightly empathetic to your memory loss, Harry. I, however, wish to help you any way I can.
What kind of a cop does it say I am?
Well, Harry, if I were to sum you up in one word, it would be apologetic.
I'm sorry?
Yes. You seem to be, a lot of the time, but right now there's no reason to be. Let loose a little. Be you.
Let's have another look at that folder.
Everard's large hands are covering the folder, but the look on his face says, I know everything about you, Harry.
I've got nothing to hide.
Oh, Harry. Oh, wow. This is really something.
I'm sure it's not that bad. At worst, he has an old RCM folder, and I very much doubt even that.
So how about it, Harry? You need assistance, I presume?
Let's talk of other matters. I don't think this is a useful question, because I'm 99% sure Raphael Cousteau here does not have a wife or kids.
Of course, Harry, of course. Let's not linger on personal details and amnesia. You wanted something from me.
Let's talk about my gun.
Yes, your lost gun. My best men are on it. They're turning every stone, searching every playground, asking kids, grandmas, everyone. Your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure you of that. It's just a matter of time and effort.
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage.
Hold on, could he really hold my gun hostage?
Who knows? Only one thing is certain. If you work with him, you're going to get it back. And working with him might be the only way to do it.
Does this mean if I do errands for you, I'll get my gun back?
Damn it, Harry. That's exactly what it means. I'm only kidding, of course.
He is not.
Of course. I understand. We help you, you help us.
Let's hear it, Harry. Of course, Harry, of course. Let's not linger on personal details.
Okay,
Let's
fine.
hear it, Harry.
I see the different color text. I really want to just do it. You know anything about my family?
Family? Harry, you're not a family man. There's not one peep of family in here. Unless you think you're a family man. Do you strike yourself as a family man, Harry?
You're right. I don't.
That's why I like you, Harry. A good man knows both his strengths and his weaknesses, and you, my friend. You are one of the all-time greats. Of course, Harry, of course. Let's not linger on...
All right,
Wait.
let's go.
You need this to get in and out through the gate.
Great. Wouldn't want to get... No. Thanks. I was wondering how I'm supposed to get out.
Here, you're one of us now. A real red and white Union man. Take care, Harry.
Game help. How do we get out of here? Ah, I see. The power of stairs. Let's see if Jean-Luc has anything. Or sorry, if
Oh, hey,
Easy
mister.
Leo.
I knew you'd be back to talk with old Leo here. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. It's like Lady Larice said when she opened a bathhouse in the basement of my apartment building. They can only get so far before they're aching to get back. And lots of folk really did keep coming back.
I had some questions for you, Leo.
No trouble at all, mister. No
Okay.
trouble at all.
Leo's great. Ooh, what are you? The musk of oil and rust comes from the chasm in front of you. Smells like blood. Ah. I'm guessing I want some kind of lockpick skill or something. Alright, let's see if I get another
You're
check
back
at this.
before the cargo container. Its draw has not lessened.
Dang it. What happens if I tell the crane to go again, though?
Yes?
A rusting control panel, no screech of metal when you push the button. This crane does not return.
I see. Okay. Still not entirely sure on the layout of this place. Oh, that looks like a door. Is that how I got it? Oh, yeah. This is where I was when I loaded the save. See if there's anything else in this
The file cabinet stands steady as ever. Remember, Leo, Everart's shoes. Special whirling. All items on the list. The drawer.
Okay. Don't want to waste another 10 cents when I haven't found a phone number. But okay, we've made it through that door now. In case of a strike, press button behind guard.
Nobody betrays your degeneracy.
Measurehead.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
Don't say anything. Size him up first.
Say nothing, size him up first.
Are you admiring my morphophysiology? It must be frightening to stand in the shadow of this racial pinnacle. Be calm, am sandwich. You are not in danger because you are not a threat to me.
Puff out my chest.
What is this androgynous display of sexual maturity?
You hear your heart pumping, fast and irregular. Your joints ache and you feel old, but still alive, somehow.
These checks are making me want to play Long Live the Queen again, honestly.
Stop it. You are embarrassing yourself in front of this woman and your pedomorphic friend. This display of weakness may appeal to older women with a stronger maternal instinct, but it is a liability here on Battlefield Martinez.
Jean-Luc, his body is betraying his degeneracy pretty hard. Maybe you can ask him to leave.
My body is unimportant.
That is precisely the negligence that has led you to succumb to Al Ghul. You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
You're right, I'm an alcoholic. Now I need you to cooperate with me.
No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is waning.
Show him the ham still got it.
I don't think the ham sandwich race is showing much of anything here. Physical instrument 4. Yeah, that's not gonna work out. The race stuff is unimportant. No, I can't tell him the race stuff is unimportant. I think the ham sandwich race still has it in him.
Willingly calling yourself a ham sandwich, how far the Occidental Haplogroup has fallen. You were once a noble and powerful race. You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft. You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Quakers. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture.
He's right, I am obsessed with sadness and frivolous pop culture.
You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
You're right about all this. Now I just need you to cooperate with me as a police officer.
Enough with this begging. You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world war. Bring your troops to the Seminine Islands and to Boogie Street and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum for you. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art, and your microcephalic skulls.
I kind of want to show him the mug. I also want the mug to not exist anymore. Alright, let's go with Isn't Everett White?
Oh, don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that.
There must be some friction there. He's keeping it well hidden, however.
I'm sorry, of course. I understand now. Deeper.
Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront international capital. Something your race, naivistic communists, never did.
Hey, communism's pretty cool, bro.
Idiotic communism is the single greatest contributor to your race descent. Everywhere around you. The fruits of its failure to challenge the world order. individualism, rock and roll music, sexually transmitted diseases, above all, rampant multinational finance still reigning large. Tell me, where have you gotten your love of pathetic communism from? Degenerate youth culture? Rock and roll music?
I've gotten it from disco, actually.
Offshoots of the Seminoles people invented disco while having sex under the influence of cocaine. It is a shame upon my race. But what is done is done. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminoles race.
I don't really know who the Seminoles are. I've recently experienced head trauma.
I can see that. The Seminoles are the South Island race, haplogroup A4A, the rightful masters of the Insulindian archipelago. We descend from the Areopagites of ancient Pericarnassus and arrived here 4,000 years ago. We are the future. That is all you need to know.
So you were born and raised on the islands before you moved to Revachol?
I am a descendant. The narrow streets of Ulumbuir are with me in my genetic dreams. I see young Seminoles women walk into the grey mass on Ile de Fantôme, waiting on immaculate conception from the pale.
So you did not come from the islands?
No. I have heard about it on the radio.
He would be appreciative if you did not further chase this line of inquiry in front of the women.
Oh, I really want to further chase this line of inquiry in front of women. I really want to do it. I also don't want him to beat me up though. Let's just sorry cop our way out of this.
Yes,
Everett told you to help us get the body down from the tree.
so it was. You surmounted the harbor wall in a display of athletic
Pantsless
prowess
athletic
to reach my
prowess.
superior. Then had him give me an order. I salute your cunning, and I will remove the body from the tree with my bare hands.
You're so noble, Measurehead.
But while I am gone, someone must stand guard on the bridge. That someone needs to be you. Both of you.
That would mean you're openly showing the people that you're taking the Union's side.
Lieutenant, what if we don't want to do that?
This is the uncomfortable result of not taking it on ourselves. I can live with a compromise.
Listen to your little friend. He is wise in his childlike way. His mysterious race may yet prove fierce competition to my heroic haplogroup.
Sorry, you still texting my sister? Wait, that means showing everyone we're taking orders from the Union.
Yes, that is precisely what it means, homunculus. This is not going to happen any other way.
Okay then.
Babe, see that they stay here the whole time.
I feel bad because I remember seeing, I think it was Pizza's playthrough, where he just punched this dude out. It was so good.
The woman's gaze follows Measurehead as he leaves.
So, you guys are like cops or something?
Apparently so.
Cool. I like men with guns and power. I'm Katya, by the way.
You hear that? That sound. He's breaking something.
Yeah, Jean-Luc must be really tearing it up over there. I wish I could see it.
I also wish I could see it.
Look at you! RCM rent-a-cops! Guarding that bridge like Evrod's lapdogs! Is this where it's at now? The RCM is for sale!
And who are you? What is your business here? Why are your clothes 4 sizes too small for you?
Fuck, I'm already tired. I thought it'd be over by now. I haven't had a job in years. It's none of your business.
A shrill laughter interrupts you, echoing across mountain
no.
haze. It's Kuno.
Not Kuno.
Then, the man turns to look behind him at the behemoth appearing around the corner, approaching him, walking past him.
What is Kuno doing to the body?
The corpse has been removed from the tree. Stand down and congratulate yourself. You have sided with Ray's victory today.
There's been no side choosing. We did what we had to do to keep order.
And what you had to do was to become a Union man for all to see.
Kim, what do you think about this?
I don't think anything about it.
Your pedomorphic friend is right. You should leave here with your tail between
Okay, I'm showing
your
him the goddamn
He
mug.
does not so much as glance at the object.
You know anything about it?
Stop showing me your pathetic cup.
Does he strike you as the kind of man who puts mugs into trash?
Let's not subscribe to his advanced race theory. I'm usually not a fan of advanced race theories. Who, me?
Yes, you. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again.
Again?
Yes, you're ready to start building communism again. You've built it before. They've built it before. Hasn't really worked out yet. But neither has love. Should we just stop building love, too?
Love has worked out really well for me. I'm a love winner.
Good. We need tender men like you building gargantuan communism. Word on the street is it's going to be 10,000 times larger than any communism previously attempted by human beings. Is that right?
Levels of communism never before seen. How come there's word on the street?
You keep saying things like, down with the bourgeoisie, eat the rich, sodomize the landowners, impale all people who have more than 25 real in their pocket, literally murder all human beings regardless of their political beliefs. That kind of stuff.
I've said some left-wing things, but not those.
Oh yes, the mask of ambivalence. Don't deny it. You're about to rip it off and reveal the monstrous seven-eyed lamb of global communism that would devour and masticate mankind.
I mean, chomp chomp, am I right?
Everyone can see that. So tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder? Or do we get right down to it?
Wait, hold on. What's this communism even about?
Failure. It's about failure.
Failure?
Yes, abject failure. Total, irreversible defeat on all fronts. Absolutely vanquished, beaten, curb stomped and pissed on.
I like how...
Until you came along. You will reverse the fortune of the workers of the world.
I like how Harry and Kim's models are kind of overlapping while Harry's just thinking about communism.
You alone, against every living thing, against every human alive. 800 trillion real in the hands of an impossibly well-organized ruling class. Towering city blocks of bankmen who have the ears of prime ministers. Million-headed armies of nations and the love of your own mother. You against the atom, the charm and the spin, where the whole world failed. Matter failed to bend to human will. Human will fail to get out of bed and tie its laces. You alone, single-handedly, will rebuild the dreams of the working class. You are the last communist.
That sounds pretty metal.
Now get to work, comrade.
Let's start building some communism.
Oh yeah, get the firing squads and the animal wagons ready.
Wait, firing squads?
Too late to back out now. You can't make an omelette without breaking a few million eggs.
I mean, I guess if it's for the omelet. Alright, let's get out of here.
Scab?
Mañana.
What did he just call you? A... Oh no, not this again. You just got away from that fucking kid.
What exactly is a scab?
A kind of a worm, content with mere survival. They come, they want to do our job for shittier pay, screwing over both themselves and us. Everybody loses.
You don't seem to like them much.
Gotta be bloody stupid or freaking evil to Scab. Or I guess scared maybe. But scared of what? Of who? Personally, I'd rather beg than scab. If the gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something.
Have you tried talking to them?
We've explained the matters, but they don't listen. This lot would be reasonable and go home if the big guy wasn't riling them up all the time.
I'm not a scab, I'm a cop.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab.
Yeah, because police unions are fake.
Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, "Let us cop for less money." Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the Wild North? Come to see the strife?
Everett said you had a key to a door.
A key, huh? What door is this key supposed to open?
Something about a weasel.
Oh, say no more. I got you. I got that key right here. And let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to help us out during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say.
I'm not opening this door for myself. I'm opening it for all working men.
I knew this man was a commie. And it's a good thing you're doing too. Thanks. What you're looking for is a basement door behind the greenhouse. That's behind the whirling in rags. That's all I know. Our organization is what you call compartmentalized. Means we keep out of each other's business.
Okay, but where did you get the key from?
The janitor gave it to me. Nice fella. We talked about life and things that really, truly matter. None of this mess we're in. This jiving and juggling. What's it for? To feed our children, I guess.
Anything else I should know about this task? This weasel person? When I'll be home?
I'm more of a philosophical dock worker. I like to talk about the big picture stuff. Who I am, who you are, what we are fighting for.
Who he is and what they're fighting for? This is interesting.
Why are you striking?
We're negotiating our share.
Your share.
Aye.
So, not wages or pensions or...
This stuff, they already covered.
At least you got the benefits, that's something.
It's not enough. Not enough to get ahead. More about keeping us in our place.
How large a share would you like?
All of it. However, right now we want all the harbor workers to be on the company's board, so they could take part in the decision-making process.
Are you a communist? I say, winking.
No. I don't think I'm a communist. Seeing something of value and saying I want it all to myself is a much older and simpler notion. No science to it at all. Even a weak child can think it. The only things holding someone back are I can't and I shouldn't.
But the stuff you do aligns admirably well with the World Republic. Why not call yourself a communist?
I have nothing against communists. They are honorable boyaderos. And they have good analysis.
I like this guy.
But my own code serves me well. If my code starts failing, a code can fail a man as well as a man can fail a code, then I will have to submit to a new one, which may well be communism.
I'm not sure I understand.
See, I am primarily a lazy person.
That's fair. Can you tell me anything about Everard?
I think it's best you make up your own mind now that you've met him. In my eyes, he is a capable organizer and a decent businessman.
What does bossing the union entail anyway?
I guess you kind of get to be the village chief. He oversees the harbor, makes deals with the owners or other relevant parties, watches out for his own.
By that, you mean corruption?
By heavens, why would he not be corrupt? We live in a harsh and disordered world, see? And in this world, the old man is corrupt for our benefit, and we know it. Appreciate it even. He is, personally, not too lavish.
You're right. He's very ascetic.
Okay, he's reasonably lavish, sure. That's his prerogative. It's not like you want a saintly demeanor on a corrupt motherfucker. That would be a manipulative illusion. Besides, there are no non-corrupt systems in the world anyway. And moralism is the most corrupt of them all.
Not you, you would like to say. But then there's that weasel door.
We seem to have spent a lot of time thinking about the political situation.
Sure, I've had the necessary free time. Fortunately, there's always time.
The look in his brown eyes conjures up an understanding. For him, having command of his time is the most important thing. It all comes together now. The way he speaks about scabs, his general attitude. He's a follower of a 500-year-old Franco-Nigerian Boyadero code, itself an appropriation of Vespertine cool, that of a noble peasant or a traveling herdsman. True to yourself, independent in your actions, loyal to your friends.
Maybe I'm a boyadero.
No,
What if...
no. The man sits on the railing, his hands reaching far and wide. Yet it feels as if he could, effortlessly, go even wider, if need be. An endless torrent of time.
Any idea who killed the hanged man?
The mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing?
The harbor is a prime area of suspicion. In your opinion, are the dock workers involved?
What a thought! Why would noble workers resort to such a thing? Unless they were pushed, of course.
Pushed how?
Your dead guy was an enemy combatant.
And what does that mean?
He was an agent of the opposition, attempting to undermine our honorable efforts.
Did you kill him?
I ain't the murdering type, but that's just me. Large organizations like our union have all sorts of men, with all sorts of skills.
He means a more violent faction could easily take care of such a thing.
Understood. This has been of limited use. Still, thank you.
No problem. I wish the best to you in your search. Sure, I'm glad it's not my search.
Nice talk. Gotta get moving. Okay, here. It says GRIH. Or GRIH, I guess. The Greater Revachol Industrial Harbor. Hey, you scab.
Bastards! We have a right to work!
What's going on here?
Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down.
Why should I?
We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes.
Okay, then I'm thinking no.
Good. We're fighting for a cause here. Right to work!
Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence.
Regardless, I have some questions for you.
Maybe you should ask them the questions, like why we're not allowed to make a living here.
Shame on you!
We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
So do we, Scott.
What exactly is your goal here?
We were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates.
And you're unable to breach the entrance.
Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open, and try to get in through the secretary's office. Door's locked. The guard's blocking the way to the access panel. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Or whatever he is.
Why don't you just talk to them?
Like civilized folk, you mean? These native fucks don't understand civilized.
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home, at least for now. If you can't get in anyway.
No! They will give up eventually. Or get drunk. Leave the button unguarded. Then we charge.
Who are all these strike breakers?
Honest men and women with rights to work, to be useful, not toys for corporate interests. We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If union fucks don't want work, they ought to let in those who do want work.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were given a job to do!
I'm just gonna go now. Now they store booze instead of fuel. There's money. 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 A quarter of a real. Ooh, healing item. That's always good. Jump jams. Most able-bodied men. Oh no, they're more able-bodied than I am. I shouldn't feel threatened by handsome men. Don't be silly. Who are you?
Welcome to Revachol.
Why are you addressing my partner like that?
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you. It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
Limbo? What's going on here?
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Revachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave.
Assertive Kim is so good.
But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
Fucking A, Kim, I got your back.
You do make a cute couple. You know that?
Hell yeah, we do. I've seen so much fan art.
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
Now that that's settled, we have a couple of questions.
Whatever you say, officers.
I found this mug in the trash. Yours?
Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy go. Haven't seen anything that funny in a while.
Is it yours?
God man. Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine.
And what was that argument all about? No, I can see what that argument was all about. What are you hauling?
Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation.
How long has this been going on then?
The strike? Oh, they've been at it for a while. A month, 2 months maybe. But this here is just the last week or so.
What kind of cargo?
Apples.
Apples.
Yeah, apples.
He's given you the runaround. Let's be honest, you were bested.
What was that argument all about?
It's about biological determinism, natural law, the sorting of the races. Not the most popular topic nowadays, with a coalition in charge and all. You might want to change the topic. That is, bury your head under the sand like common sheep.
Change the topic. The way he says it makes it almost sound like a threat.
Oh, so you're just racist. Makes sense.
I'm not just racist. Look, I've read books. Huh? The science of racial theory has all been proved, even if some people don't want to accept it. People who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by design. So, naturally, we Occidentals should be in charge. Obviously, you can see the merits in that.
Yes, I can really tell you're a prime example of superior design.
Open your eyes. Haven't you noticed something different lately? An unfortunate downturn, maybe? Huh? When members of the superior race cease to believe in their innate superiority, they stop competing for resources.
Okay. And?
This concerns you, policeman, so you better be vigilant. The damn kits are showing up good lately. Same with the mosquitoes. And the other intruder species too. They're on the precipice of cultural victory.
It's just like Civ 5. Say nothing.
It's true. Also, you need to realize the dangers of mixing races. Who knows what might happen if people don't stay in their birthplace? You might end up with a new sub-race, with unknown characteristics, leading to extra competition. That's why you've got to control the offspring.
Yeah, I'm not down with this. Why don't you go fuck yourself?
Don't push your luck, runt.
Oh, racist lorry driver. Closed for winter, use main entrance. Goods from the lorry, littering the surroundings. It's getting a bit late. A melancholy pop song.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They
Actually, let
all
me see
bear
my
the
thoughts.
Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo.
Okay, 92%. Alright.
Just ask me if you need anything from Saint Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Duramine, Magnesium, and Hypnogamma.
Who's Saint Baptiste?
Saint Baptiste, you know, the pharmaceuticals company. Saint Baptiste Pharmaceuticals, the one that sells meds out of Saint Baptiste. That one. There.
And what do they do?
I don't know. Let's see. No, I don't really know what Hypnogamma is. I guess it makes you feel less shit. It's recommended to use after lots of...
Thank you for explaining. Ooh, what are you?
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except
What's that?
What is what? If you want to buy one, then it's only 4 real.
a colourful display of cigarettes and alcohol there, in that dark green glass, all in vain. The great flowing river of warmth, wine, alcohol, beer, alcohol, love, alcohol.
This is not a good place for a recovering addict.
Guess not, no.
Good thing you're an unrecovering alcoholic then.
I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health, but I guess you already know that.
Yellow roses, tulips.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle
What is this
equals-
machine?
Oh, that's the tear machine.
But what is it?
It's a machine for tear. You know, you find tear outside, like bottles or whatever, and put it in the machine, then it gives you money.
And how do I pick up tear?
You need a bag, I guess. We used to have some, but we gave them all out, so feel free to use it if you find a bag, though.
I need a bag so I can get money. I saw Measureheads subscribe to his advanced racial theory, but it was 42% and I didn't want to. I can go back and try again. He is right up there. Is it worth it?
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy Grad-made machine is well kept for such an old machine. The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see a lorryman's cabin with personal belongings, stickers, insignia.
What kind of stickers and insignia?
The driver has adorned his space with a substantial collection of peculiar paraphernalia. Proclamations about honor, strength, and purity are glued to various panels.
On the back
The
seat?
back end of the cabin has a small perch to sleep, large ashtrays. There are several suns and wheels sewn into the curtains.
Racist nationalist paraphernalia. Not unusual in this part of town. This is our guy.
You think this lorry belongs to our tough guy?
Likely, yes. This guy's proud of who he is. Drapes it all over his machine.
He was acting tough before. This probably scared him a bit. Who knows when it will come in handy? A slightly scared, racist lorryman.
Yes, let me just copy that link so I can use it later. Oh, money. A foreign car in good condition. I like good conditions. They're better than bad conditions. More money. I wonder what Kim thinks of us just like walking around grabbing all the money we
Old
can
monument
find.
stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. It looks as if it's being reassembled piece by piece, secured and mounted in the air with the aid of numerous ropes and rods.
Who is this?
A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, "I am Philip III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippian kings of Revachol, son of Philip II, the opulent, father of Philip IV, the insane."
He squandered Revachol. He squandered it. But what did he do?
Even by the standards of the Philippian kings,
Not
old
12.
Sumptuous Philip was known for his profligacy.
In what way?
Well, he blew through the whole national treasury, starting the decline of one of the penultimate century's greatest superpowers, the suzerain of Revachol. His own maladministration foreshadowed the fall of the monarchy. During the anti-centennial revolution, an end to his family line and the monarchy on the Insulindian Isola.
How do you manage to blow through the entire national treasury?
Stories have it that he had his bedroom converted into a treasure chamber, where he stored unfathomable wealth. Krugerrands, bars of gold, ornate weaponry, armor, and various chalices. He called it the Sol Aurum. It was obscene. There were whispers he slept on a huge pile of gold-dipped feathers, like some obese dragon, instead of a bed, like a normal person.
The man certainly knew how to live.
A deplorable farce. No wonder everything went to shit.
But wait, you haven't even heard about his fabled cocaine addiction.
The what now?
You see, old Philippe wasn't just good at squandering the national treasury on gold and ceremonial weaponry. He was also a prodigious snorter of nose candy.
I don't think I've talked to Kim about the Jamrock Shuffle.
Not just any nose candy, though. We're talking Royal Philippian Blow, allegedly twice as potent as the stuff you find nowadays, and purple. Philippian cocaine was purple.
This is a lot to process.
His Majesty's courtiers said it helped him connect with the higher realms.
What is nose candy?
Cocaine.
He was addicted. A druggie?
That's what the revolutionaries said 150 years later. Right before they emptied out the royal mausoleum and dumped His Majesty's mortal remains in the Insulindian Bay.
I think I asked him, and then I went with like the most neutral response to that. So I can ask again. Where is he
Beneath
buried
the
now?
cold waters of the Insulindian Bay, thrown there by the revolutionaries after they cleaned out the royal mausoleum, a group of marble pleurons still surround the king's vandalized tomb. A deathly cold wind sweeps up candy wrappers and old newspapers.
What happened to the statue?
The original was blown apart by communards, then further damaged during the landing of the coalition's airships during the turn of the century revolution, when Martinez was leveled.
Who restored it?
Some years ago, a group of liberal, artistically inclined individuals, designers mostly, thought it would be ironic to restore the statue of the most wasteful ruler of Revachol in the poorest part of the city.
That's so ironic.
The statue is supposed to capture the moment it was blown apart, like an instant frozen in time, a rare butterfly trapped in amber, floating on a sea of shit.
It's such a bad idea.
People in Martinez tend to agree, as do many prominent art critics and thought leaders with more nuanced social awareness than the young ironists. Philip III, the squanderer, however, with his bronze face up in the air, doesn't seem concerned about what the hoi polloi think of him in death.
Ooh, a white tank top. +1 physical instrument. Ooh. Alright, Kim.
Yes?
You seem to be following
Excuse me?
What if I want to work the case alone?
Detective, if I may be frank, you seem to be in a deranged state. You have trouble remembering things. You've misplaced your badge. I cannot let you act in the name of the RCM without supervision until you've regained control of your faculties.
But what if I need some me time?
Some you time? This is a police investigation, not a journey of self-discovery. You'll still have your evenings to yourself.
Okay, I'll leave the self-care for non-work hours.
Please do. We wouldn't want your regimen to spill over into the investigation. Excuse me? Frankly, Detective, you are in a deranged state. I can't let you proceed without close supervision. In fact, under normal circumstances, I'd be duty-bound to report you. Take it as a token of good faith between our precincts that I haven't done so.
What's the RCM?
That would be us, the Revachol Citizens
I know
Militia.
what it is.
That's good. That's good. You might. It's important not to let one style interfere with their work.
It doesn't seem like Jamrock Shuffle-y to me. Ruins full of snow. Oh, you have to walk around this? No? What? Okay. Doesn't matter. Guess we can have a chat with you.
The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. It's the warmth of a winter night's fire. Maybe she could give you comfort and shelter, some cigarettes, and food money. Maybe she's your...
Grandma?
Nothing. Her smile just keeps widening. Her hair is gray like lead. No, this one is a monster in disguise.
Excuse me, ma'am.
No response. Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach her.
Wait, she's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone.
Why?
Why? I just told you why.
If you say so. Was this one of those sneak out while Kim's asleep times? Okay, so how do I get out of here? Oh, I have a map. I paid good money for that map. Alright, we can... Huh? I'm not exactly sure how to get out of here, because I got here by like that jump. But how do I get out? Also, apparently I can try the payphone again. So, might as well.
The already familiar cold touch of plastic welcomes you.
I've heard
as you
my
pick up.
name.
It's unclear whether you actually have muscle memory Right now, sure, why not? Nothing tricky about that. You just...
Ooh, cigarette butts, yay. Commodore Red, potent Pilsner.
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, Rene Arnaud.
Okay, I'm gonna take a quick look inside.
If you must. But please hurry.
Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. There's a framed photograph on the table.
Let's leave it alone.
Let's get going. The entire neighborhood can see us up here.
Okay.
All those empty wine bottles and cigarette butts on the ground. Someone partied really, really hard here.
How hard?
Well, they went through 6 bottles of potent Pilsner.
Did I do
Well,
this?
yes, I think we can say with relative confidence that it was you.
This is really sad. I must have been miserable.
Yes, this scene isn't exactly ripping with joy. Let's just move on.
Okay. Damn it, I am curious about that circle. The composite eye of halogen lights watches me. Oh, wait, no. Yo, how do I get out of here? JJ, help. Like, the road is blocked, though. There's no way... Like, I'm trying to get back to the whirling in rags, but I can't see how. I know it's to my west, but, like, how do I actually get there? Because I can get up to the roof part. Past the pharmacy. Oh, great. Forgot about racist lorry guys area. Okay. Here, we've been here. Let's see if we can't go over to Everard's door. Oh, and the body's here, too.
There are several footprints in the mud. The corpse lies on the ground among the remains of an absolutely demolished pinewood branch. It's gently laid on one side,
Beautiful.
Mr. Measurehead has done a good job. Nothing is too broken or compromised. The victim is ready for a field autopsy.
A field autopsy?
Yes. 1. Investigation of the scene. 2. Initial examination of the victim. 3. Field autopsy. 4. Transportation of the body to the morgue. We are on number 3.
The fuck are they on about?
Cop's gonna cut his shit up.
Don't we have someone else for this? A doctor?
No, you and I are detectives. The honorary rank of detective signifies our ability to handle the entire incident chain, from autopsy to cleanup to social work, everything.
Honorary rank of detective?
An honor and a burden attached to your rank once you've proven yourself able.
Oh,
Usually
we've
after
gotten
5
those
to
a
8
long
years
way
of
home.
field work. Mine is lieutenant detective.
-2 visual calculus temporarily. People think communism was some crazy idea that had its comeuppance 40 years ago, a fever that shook the world never to return again. They were right. Until he woke up today, a spiritual corpse responsive only to the call of Commodore Red, prostitutes, and Krasmazov. To him, communism is still a thing. He will single-handedly raise the commune of O2 from the oceanic trench where it has been resting, covered in ghosts and seaweed. He is the big communism builder. Come, witness his attempt to rebuild communism in the year 51. Amazing. Yes, I feel like a detective.
You are. Your station would not have assigned you on this case if you weren't. Now, the way I see it, it's either this, or we complete the initial interviews. We already met Evrard, that only leaves the Wild Pines representative. There's one in town, negotiating the strike. She could have information.
No need for a distraction. Let's do it.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
What exactly is a field autopsy?
Come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them.
Let's get in there.
There truly is a time for everything, even for yellow gardening gloves. However, they are lacking hygienically. I suggest you get in there in limited capacity.
I don't know, what do you mean?
I mean when I need you to. Until then, I should handle physical contact, and you should take notes.
We just fill this in, right?
That's right.
You knew it because you inspected your ledger. The lieutenant is relieved you know the protocol.
What was that achievement? Kim trusts me. Oh, we did it. We did it. Yay. Let's open the ledger.
dead man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts. Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with
1. Assistant.
That's you.
Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau.
the corpse is indifferent to your scribblings, just lies there. The next box says
2. Coroner's case number.
KK57-0803.0815. Next.
Name.
NA. Next.
Date of birth.
NA.
Age.
Roughly 50.
Approximately 50.
the corpse looks ageless, like meat on a hook.
We should have been able to write age dead on there.
Teeming with opportunistic microorganisms, letting out a foul-smelling diamine compound. Your eyes turn watery.
Race.
Mondial.
The pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither mondial nor anything other.
Sex.
Fucky!
Male.
Pigs can have sex?
Male.
Nor does he look male, with his pregnant belly and indistinguishable face.
Date of death.
We're still going with March 4th. 51. What else? 9. Body identified by is non-applicable. 10. Case number is the same as the coroner's case.
KK 57 0503 0815 listens motionless. with the cargo belt still around his neck. Only one box remains.
Evidence of treatment.
None. At least not after the initial examination.
A strange word. Treatment.
What exactly is treatment anyway?
Interfering with the body's position or wounds post-mortem.
How did you not know that? Aren't you a cop? You're leaving a weak impression here. Say something sure-handed.
Agreed. No treatment.
A silent nod. The lieutenant places his gloved hand on the corpse's chest, as if in preparation.
We should start the post-mortem.
The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copier paper tries to answer why.
External examination summary.
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodine, I think. Let's see.
See, it's happening.
Babrodine, yes. Inexpensive. Size M. Color white.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid.
Write it down.
The boots are ceramic, vitreous enamel. They are fused to his skin from blood flowing downward post-mortem. Removal of the boots is left for processing.
Write that down.
Tattoos. The upper torso is covered in a single, continuous tattoo, resembling a map of the night sky. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings, to be added to the case files as document A1. The photo is taken on the scene, using a Trigat Mini.
Write that down.
The deceased has a cargo lashing belt around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color yellow. Length 3 meters. There is a buckle on the other end.
God, we don't deserve Kim one bit.
Well nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters. Generally consistent with age, about 50. Preservation is good. Ambient temperature, below freezing. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short.
Write that down. I'm not touching the hair. Not with my dirty gardener's gloves.
Lividity is consistent with hanging. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs. Consistent with stones thrown post-mortem. Low velocity.
Fucking low velocity. You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max. Talking shit about Kuno's velocity.
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest. Consistent with predation. Ligature mark. The steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark.
You got just the right tool for that. The chain cutters.
Good thing we got these chain cutters.
Always good to think ahead. Now, we need to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below. Carefully, with as much precision as you can.
See, my pig is gonna fuck his head off.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
Look for a good spot to cut.
The belt is equally tight around the whole circumference of his neck, swelling over the edges like white bread rising from the east. After some deliberation, you sink the cutters into the knot tying the belt together. You squeeze the rubber handles together, sweat forming on your brow.
Press down.
Snap! The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck and the dark red ligature mark around it.
Why couldn't we...
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck.
As it ought to. This is where its grip on the curdled meat is gentlest, pulling up.
Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters. Chest is intact. Normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant. Pelvis intact. Genitalia.
No! Let's get out and see!
I fucking knew it!
This is clearly what they've been waiting for, ever since the autopsy began. The lieutenant is trying to make it as boring as possible.
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury.
Let's write that down. Let's not give Kuno and Kuno S more to...
Back is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip.
Bullets have bitten little pieces out of him. It must have been excruciating, especially the hip. Before you is a temple of pain that knew little tenderness in life.
In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin.
This is the body of a soldier, a mercenary.
We have a real museum here. Of battles, wars. Last item, hands.
Let's let him work alone.
Hands are clean. No sign of a recent struggle.
Were we expecting any?
I was. Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly, this stench is making it hard for me to think at the moment. Ooh. That's all for the external. Well done. What next?
Internal examination summary.
Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
You don't even have a joke.
Nope.
Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth.
Yep, have fun.
Not
See ya.
injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it, gently. A rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips, black and viscous.
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable. Respiratory system. Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen. Hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
From here, it looks as though the clown-faced man is screaming. The tendons of his jaw are torn apart. Hyoid ripped from the force of the lieutenant's hands.
Let's look inside and probably vomit because of it.
No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. Sickly sweet air, unlike anything living. You feel like you're about to throw up again. Straight in that mouth of his. No, you don't. You can keep it in. You can keep anything in.
Look deeper inside?
You manage to suppress the contractions trying to enter your stomach. All it takes is concentration. Through it, you see nothing but darkness. More meat and darkness.
There are ancient mysteries down there, Kobo. Ask me later.
Hemorrhaging present in mucus.
Write it down.
Hepatobiliary. Na.
Why, don't we have anything?
Are you a hepatobiliary expert?
I don't think so.
Neither am I.
And that's it?
That's it. Same for toxicology and serology. Na. Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with a hanging.
Oh no. Stupid wireless controllers and their battery sizes.
Gastrointestinal. Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila.
Keep the voila.
What's next on the list?
Description of injuries, summary.
Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 fields. Leave a 4th one too.
Bite marks.
Head, chest, and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body. Odontologist does not need to be consulted. And your opinion, officer?
Non-fatal post-mortem.
Agreed. Next injury?
Contusion.
So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem.
At maximum velocity, fucko!
Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath, the description of injury. 2 boxes.
Non-fatal post-mortem.
Right. Next?
What's the 4th injury field for?
Nothing. Just in case.
Turn the page back.
The corpse lay slouched.
Okay.
Alright. Bite marks, contusions on head and chest.
The corpse lay slouched
Tell me
to the
something,
side.
dead man.
Shoot, Looney Rooney.
Oh. At the autopsy, you said you have ancient mysteries.
Oh yes, Kobo mi Lobo. In the gift horse's mouth. Tracts and wakes and waterways. Ancient materials buried.
But to where, brother?
Just a small gulp away. My beloved Kobo. A small gulp away.
Pretty sure Vor isn't allowed under the Twitch's terms and
back
conditions,
later,
whatever.
Kobo.
Alright.
Let's
Bite
finish the
marks,
autopsy.
a dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured, the cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side. The ring around his neck is visible.
Opinion, fatal injury?
That's it. We have established cause of death. It's not much, and it leaves much to be questioned. But it's a start. Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over.
First, how did it go?
Well, we established probable cause of death. Some would say that's the goal of an autopsy.
What else? Yeah, I talked to the body. It didn't say much. I mean, no, it said a lot, but I think I've gone through all the options. At least all the major ones.
We were thorough with the list of injuries, too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy.
Oh yeah, well done, Master Detective. Maybe a drink is in order?
What now?
I need a copy of that autopsy form. Then I will drive him to Faubourg.
Rip out a copy.
For processing.
He's thinking, did I miss something?
Let's bag him and take him away.
Okay. I need a little help for carrying him to the holding pen of my kinema. I can take care of the rest.
How many? Where do I see how many skill points I have? Oh, there, 3. Oh, let's get some shivers. Shivers sounds neat. Hmm. Then what?
It's too late to take him into processing today. I'll take him first thing tomorrow.
Alright, let's drag it to the motor carriage.
Lonesome, long way home.
Yeah, psychologist has no intellect whatsoever.
Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market, past the Boogie Street spearhead to the other side of the lake, the frozen eye at the center of the district. Then past the video rental store on the corner. There, at the end of a street lined with pine trees, a small house no larger than a matchbox. 11 Voyager Road. You no longer live there. Those times are gone. And so are those people. Why did you come here? Why are you still here? And where's the dealer? You have to get back to work. That's all you have now.
Learning cap for perception gone up. Alright, JJ, fine. Just for you. Let's conceptualize. Oh yeah, need to use this.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox.
That's just because I'm doing
the soft
communism in
glow
my
of
head.
the fuel
Once I
preheat
finish doing
gauge.
communism, I'll have a bit of VisCalc. Kim, how do I turn on the headlights?
Alright. Ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater.
He's downplaying his excitement. The lieutenant is more than happy to show off his precious carriage. The dashboard lights up with orange glow. The raspberry gauge jumps, and the engine of the Caprice Canadian comes to life with a whiny growl. That sound, you feel the wind in your hair as if you're already driving. But where?
Yes, where?
Down a narrow street, lined with shabby wooden houses, the 881 motor tract, coiling like a serpent high above. Children play under the viaduct, eyes turn to watch you as you pass.
Oh yeah. Hey Orlov, how's it going?
The Valley of Dogs, and before it, a familiar dome, like a ladybug without the colors. The building has a designated parking place for your carriage. This is Precinct 41, as close as you have to home now. It's far away.
Press the headlight button.
The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now.
Come on, game, let me do the thing.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid and the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you.
There she is. Revachol West.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro perforations.
Look at the perforations.
There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows.
Tally up the rows.
The first row has 18 dots.
Not bad.
Not bad for what? You don't even know what it means yet.
Okay, fine, the next one.
The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border, and then
Alright,
some.
see ya, JJ. Let's count each one.
There are so many, it's hard to count. More than 150, at least. Maybe even 200.
And the last row?
The last row has 3 perforations.
3?
That's it.
Let's look at the grid.
The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kanema's headlights.
Let's look around.
You catch a faint glimmer from a broken beer bottle in the distance. Sounds. 2 men engaged in a drunken argument, followed by the closing of some distant window. In the middle of a broken plaza, illuminated in a cone of light, 2 men, one slim, the other sturdy. They are on the city stage, but only one of them knows his lines.
Ah, Martinez at night.
And where are we on this?
Let me see. Right here.
I'm sure I've seen worse.
Oh yes. Coal City. Le Royaume. The burnt-out quarter.
All of them worse than here.
Hey Kim, what do all these holes mean?
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look.
Son, here is where we score your life performance. You better hope it's good.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered?
I feel like I just went around apologizing all the time.
Maybe you were a diplomat, or in PR. Doesn't matter, I suppose. Let's move on, shall we? This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see. Wow, more than 200.
Is that a lot?
It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers.
I used to be good. That's some solace, I guess. What's the last number?
Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there.
Confirmed kills. That sounds pretty evil. A drink would soften that feeling.
So I'm a killer.
That's right. A killer of humans.
For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock Quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way.
What's it feel like to kill a man, Mr. McCoy? A young woman asked the man across the desk from her. Honestly, babe, says John McCoy, crossing his ankles over said desk. I don't feel anything anymore. It's just like brushing my teeth. I do it once or twice a week and don't really think about it. There's no trace of guilt in his voice.
There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident. But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones.
One of the good
ones. So we
ones.
have that to be thankful for.
He's sincerely glad you're not a scary predator. Not to say relieved you're competent.
Have you ever killed anyone, Kim?
Yes.
It's not a problem for him to state it, however.
How do you handle the strain?
Everyone has their own method of coping. Some more effective or self-destructive than others. Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies.
Like what?
Oh, this and that. Let's not get into it now.
Maybe I should find a hobby.
Why not gardening? You've already got the gloves.
It's meant in earnest. Please don't mistake it for a jab.
Thanks for this.
The lieutenant nods.
Okay, let's go.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
You can now see your statistics on your journal page.
Okay. So, guess we can special some borscht. Oh, we're right here. Let's use the radio.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. The frequency tableau lights up, and the green button labeled Prime Line glows like a feline eye. And then you hear something.
Oh, Josh. You're the same color as Orlov, so I didn't recognize you. Hey, how's it going?
The soft purr of electrical kittens, radio waves cast far and wide over the metropolis. A woman's voice greets you through the static.
It should still have first playthrough in the tags, so no. This is my first time.
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I assist you?
Lieutenant.
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st Precinct here. I'm putting him on.
Hi, Alec. Come in, Delta 10. This is Firewalker. Copy.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Could you connect me to the 41st Precinct?
Just a second, Officer.
10-2, 10-5. This is 41st. Come in. Over.
Yeah, I'm having a good
old
time.
Man sits in a dusty cubicle, smoking, with a large white rectangle sewn on his vest. In front of him is a box-shaped apparatus with an array of wires and antennas. The radio switchboard.
Hi, this is me here. I work at your station.
10-4, what's your status? Over.
My status,
10-18, 10-20, over.
Look, the first achievement I've gotten in this game is getting Kim to trust me. So I think we're doing great so far. Also, check the VODs to look at the last... Check the VODs and look at the title of the last stream. That might clarify some things. Please just talk human to me.
State your message, sir. Over.
I need to report my badge missing.
10-9, repeat message. Over.
My badge, I can't find it anywhere. It's gone.
10-4, message received. This is a very serious situation. I need to 1022 the captain. Over.
1022, the captain. This sounds bad. Bad and scary. Like being called to the headmaster's office in school.
Is it him? What does he want?
Says he lost his badge and needs to report it.
He what? He lost his badge?
Let's say nothing.
Who lost his badge? Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
Chester, you're a bro.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective who would not lose his badge. Defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
Can't we just move on?
10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your misplaced badge. Over.
Fuck me. Mac, come here. You've got to hear this. Dick Mullen lost his badge.
What's going on?
Super Cop here lost his badge.
He lost his what now? His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
Could you all please just stop saying lost his badge for one moment?
He asks you to please stop saying he lost his badge.
Why? Did he find it?
Sergeant Orson was wondering if you found your badge yet. Over.
You don't have a comeback. Sorry. It's hard to think like this.
Say nothing.
He's not replying. Looks like he's still looking for it.
Enough with this now. I have other things to discuss.
10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over.
New heights even for Captain Sober.
Ask him. Ask him if he's lost his gun too.
Sergeant Orson wants to know if you lost your gun too. Over.
Oh, fuck.
Drama.
Even before you can get the words out, everything gets scrambled in your brain.
No, of course I didn't lose my gun. Fuck it, I didn't lose my gun.
He says he didn't lose his gun. Or his fun, whatever that means.
Ask him to describe it. His gun, not his fun. Just the gun will do.
Satellite Officer McLean requests a description of your weapon. Over.
The fuck do you need a gun for? Look at the pythons on your arms. You are a gun. The biggest one in the world. Oh, request a description, huh? We'll give him one. Describe the plasma gun.
Look, I don't have it all right. I don't have my gun.
He says he doesn't have it.
Dear God, he lost his gun? Oh my, I can't. This isn't really a laughing matter.
Mac can face a giant of Coco Nur by himself, but Disco here made him piss his pants.
Oh, I can't. Fuck. He lost his... Ask him if he's still got his wiener.
I'm not going to.
Ask him.
Sergeant Orson here is wondering if you are still in possession of your genitalia. Over.
Now is a good time to say fuck and ass and so on. That'll make this all right.
I left it at his mama's after I fucked her ass all night. Tell him that.
That's a negative. Not going to say that. Over.
What's he saying? Share with the class.
He said he sodomized your mother.
The prick ate Mama's vanilla waffles at the captain's birthday party. Some nerve he's got.
Sure her vanilla waffles were the only thing he ate?
Shut up, Chester. This isn't funny. This is my mom we're talking about. Tell him to apologize right now.
Sergeant Orson requests that you apologize for the claims that you made about his mother. Over.
Okay, tell him I'm sorry. I'm going sorry cop route, by the way.
He says he's sorry and didn't mean nothing by it.
Okay. Tell him to find his goddamn badge and gun. That's the only thing that matters here.
Satellite Officer
I heard him and I'm on it.
10-4, affirmative. Officer is in pursuit of his firearm.
Oh God,
Officer, do you need further assistance? Over.
I am in dire need of financial assistance.
10-4, I hear you. I don't have the authority to grant your request, but...
What does he want now?
He's asking for money.
Is he fucking kidding?
I don't think he is.
Don't give that asshole anything. He's just gonna drink it all.
Alright, that's a negative on the additional funds, over.
Please, I'm begging you, I don't even have a place to sleep.
He says he's in trouble, doesn't have a place to sleep.
Well, I guess he'd better crack the case before sundown then.
Vigmar said...
Who cares what this Vic Mayor said? Pull on their heartstrings. Enough, officer. This begging is below your dignity.
I want to go home.
Listen. It's okay. You can do it, sir. Over.
What is he saying?
Did you want anything else, sir? Many of your colleagues are also here. Over.
What? I thought you had your shit together. This is nearing a complete meltdown. Stop it.
Please, I don't want to be here.
Suddenly, the necktie feels like a boa constrictor around your neck, squeezing the dear life out of you.
Hey, if you don't want to have the most intense orgasm of your life, fine, don't.
Thanks, necktie.
He terminated the connection. I guess he was in a hurry.
Please, I'm scared. I can't breathe. Help me, please.
The radio falls silent and lifeless. The communications officer has disconnected the call.
What was that? It's okay, detective.
What, you've never seen a man getting a panic attack before?
We should get on with our tasks. Work always helps me center myself. Now, anything else you need from my vehicle, or...?
18 kilometers to the south, in the 41st Precinct's relay booth, a small crowd has gathered around Communication Officer Jules Oldboy Pidier, around a dozen cops. The small room is filled with cigarette smoke, abuzz with laughter, when Officer Judith Minot enters. Her left arm is in bandages, and her hair trimmed short.
What is going on here? Did something happen?
What happened is my partner made contact. It's not good. He's lost his badge and his sidearm. He seemed confused, delirious even.
Mac, the torso Torson, is finger-fucking his fist, laughing hoarsely and apparently telling some dirty story to his partner, Chester McLean, near the entrance.
Yeah, Mullen was fucked, alright. Sounded fucking drunk to me.
Yeah, Mac's right. This was some gnarly shit there. I mean, before he started begging for money, it was...
Enough! None of this is funny. It's fucking sad. That's what it is. He's a cop. He's one of us, goddamn this.
We must help him.
Yeah? How do you fucking plan to do that, huh? Get him off the drink? Go jogging with him in the morning and get him on carrot juice? He's a lost man.
I just know we can't give up on him when he's at his weakest. He wouldn't.
Mac, man the door. You know what he told me? I don't want to get better. I want to get worse. Those were his words. This shit does not leave this room. Not a word of this to the captain. Or anyone else. We'll give him a couple of days to pull his shit together.
I guess I can hold off the report for a few days.
Good. Okay, everybody. Nothing but a prank call here. We all got our laughs. Now get back to work.
Far north, on the other side of the motorway, the officer quietly hunches with his hand in the motor carriage.
Okay, let's see if we can't whirling in rags our way to some borscht. Oh, is the cook not in? Oh no, I'm stuck. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Kim, please. Kim, let me out. No. We might have to load an autosave. Oh, I know a container I can't open. Dang it. Okay, let's try and speed through that. Oh boy. There's so much that's happened too. Like, have we even gotten the body down? Okay, I think we have. Right? No, we haven't. Oh, God. No. Why is the autosave interval so short? So long?
The corpse lies on the ground among the remains of an absolutely demolished pinewood branch. It's gently laid on one side.
Just to measure your head.
Okay,
Yes.
let's keep hitting A.
No, you and I are. No, you are. It's either this.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a...
Come on, officer. There truly is it. I'll ask you when I... That's right.
You knew it because you inspected your ledger. Above those, the corpse is...
KK, neck, and roughly 50.
The corpse, teeming.
Mondial.
The pudgy...
Male.
Pigs can have sex?
Nor...
We're still going. What else?
KK.
None.
A strange word. Treatment.
Interfere.
How did you not know that? On a silent nod.
We should stop.
The corpse cannot feel
clothed. Babrud.
The disappointment.
The boots are tattooed. The upper, the assist, the DC, well nourished. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with the age. The deceased had made.
The hair under your latex fingers feels cold to touch. Wet.
Gently.
The stench is suffocating. Strands of dark brown hair start sticking to the latex.
Keep petting him.
More hair sticks to the glove. There, dead man. You were someone's child. It's all over now.
There.
The lieutenant watches you in silence.
That was some.
Lividity is consistent with hanging. The
Fucking low talking.
In addition, the ligature still wiring.
You got just the right tool for that. The chain.
Always good to. We need to.
See?
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
The belt is equally tight around the whole circumference of his neck. You jam the cutters right under the knot. That seems like a smart idea. Yeah, somewhere there. Already they're buried deep in the man's flesh. Then you rotate them to get
This
better.
worked originally.
The lieutenant looks by, somewhat worried as you summon power words to your aid.
Rotate
A
more.
really bad smell is coming from there now. And some kind of cracking sound.
Yeah, fuck him.
Told you my pig was hardcore.
I should have a go first. I think I have a strategy.
Let him work.
He sinks the cutters into the knot, preparing to perform the cuts. Yes, that's much better form than you had. Snap. The knot is slashed.
Here. The rope rises to a point.
As it
hemorrhaging, his chest is in.
No,
This
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury. Back.
Bullets.
In addition. Last.
His flesh is cold.
Pleased to meet you. Where are you from and what's your name?
My name is.
I'm only fucking with you. I know where you're from. From Cappadocia. And your name is Il Corbo. What can I do you for? Il Corbeau de Cappadocia.
It's good to hold your hand. Did you like it when I stroked your hair?
I did, Kobo. I did. Reminded me of when I was just a small boy, before this happened to my face and my body. You did me a kindness there. We should do this more often.
Hands are clean. No sign of injury from... I was. Maybe I'm just not seeing... Ooh. Central...
You don't even have...
Miskoska...
With his eye.
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
The hyoid bone is respiratory, oral cavity.
From here, it looks as though... No, you don't. You can... You met...
There. Hemorrhaging present. Hepatobiliary. NA. Are you a hepatobiliary expert? Same for toxicology and serology, unless you have untapped reservoirs of knowledge there.
The completionist
Like a toxicology screening. At this stage, I doubt processing will find anything, even if it was brimming with cocaine. But still, you should add a request.
Brimming with cocaine.
Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Gastrointestinal. Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila.
We're keeping this voila.
What's next on the list?
Tell me something,
Shoot,
Desmond.
Looney Rooney.
Ancient
Oh
mysteries, you
yes,
said.
Kobo mi Lobo.
All right.
It's all right.
Fair enough, I suppose.
Come back later.
Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 fills. Leave a 4th one too.
What about the injuries we inflicted?
Oh, so we inflicted them?
Okay, that I inflicted.
Okay, so there's an incision on the thorax from a chain cutter. I wouldn't mention it. Better not to muddy the waters.
The waters are muddy enough.
See? These pigs are fucking corrupt.
Why don't you
Now, injuries. Head. And your opinion, officer? Agreed. So, has
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest.
Right. A dark red abraded lip. I see hemorrh...
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man...
That's it. Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over. Well, we also we were thorough.
Oh yeah. Well done, Master.
I need a copy of that for processing.
He's thinking, did I miss something?
Okay. It's too late to take him into processing today. I'll take him first thing tomorrow.
Lonesome, long way home.
Rigorous self-critique. I can be the sorry cop. Or I can be the communist. Let's be a communism.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers.
All right.
He's down. The dashboard, the lights.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done.
Camera? Okay.
As you hold your ledger's clip,
there's...
Around the border, you catch in the...
Ah, let me... Right here. It has its problems.
There are many of them. Not the neck. There are some. The lot. That's it. Son.
The foot. That's what it says. I might have guessed even longer based on your age. What did you do all those blissful years of your youth?
Apologize.
Maybe this next... Wow, more than 200. It's quite a lot. Even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. You... Right.
Confirmed kills. That's...
For an arse...
What's it... Honestly, babe.
There are certain, but it's...
He's sincerely glad you're not a...
Yeah.
It's...
Everyone. Personally, I find it oh, this and that. Why not guard?
It's meant in earth. The lieutenant, no.
Right.
You can now see your...
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, the soft...
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st precinct.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Just a second, officer.
10-2.
A scrawny...
10-4, what's your status?
It's not good.
10-18, state your message, sir. Over. 10-9, 10-4, miss...
10-20...
Is it him?
Says he lost...
He what? He lost his badge? Cooler? Dick, fuck, it's opposite.
Dick, defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
Can we just move on?
10-4, I hear you, officer.
Fuck me.
What's going...
Super cop here.
His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
Yes.
Why?
Sergeant Horst.
You don't have...
He's not replying. Looks like he's still looking for... 10-9, come again.
New heights? Ask him.
Sergeant Horst.
Oh, fuck. Even before you...
He says, ask him to satellite...
The fuck? Oh. Request a description, huh? We'll give him one. Describe the plasma gun.
Dear God, this...
I'm not going to ask.
Now is a good time to say fuck and ass and so on. That'll make this all right.
Yes, just lay off, okay?
He acknowledged...
Lay off. Lay off? Tell him we'll lay off when he retrieves the goddamn police property that he has been entrusted with.
Satellite officer...
I heard him.
10-4, oh God. Officer, do you need further assistance? Over.
Personal details to discuss?
Wait. Before you say anything stupid, think it through.
What's there to think about?
You're going to be looking at a straitjacket if you tell everyone you lost your memory.
10-4, sir, I'm not hearing your question.
Are you alone in the room?
That's a negative, sir. I got a 10-12 here. Over.
Yeah, let's wrap this up.
Understood, sir. Over. Roger that. 10-10. Over.
18 kilometers to the south, the small room is filled with cigarette smoke.
What is going on here? Did something happen?
What happened is my partner made contact. It's not...
Mac, the tools...
Yeah.
Yeah, enough! None of this is funny.
We must help him.
Yeah? How do you...
I just...
Mac, man the door. You know what he told me? This...
I guess I can hope.
Good.
Far north, on the other side of the motorway, the officer, as you tap on the gauge...
Now, that's enough fun with the foldable headlights. I know they are mesmerizing. They are also fragile. I'm not going to turn it on for you again.
Okay. Now, after all that, let's do a little bit of a save.
All around you, rain falls on the great city of Revachol. Rain drips from the eaves and floods the gutters, washing the filth away. The spring thaw must be here. The snow is melting.
What am I doing?
Looking up at the sky, cold water dripping from your hair.
What do I see?
Grey sky like great battleships, clouds colliding with one another. Rain falls down on the world.
How does it feel?
Humid. Your coat shields you from the rain while the city shivers around you.
The west?
Sheets of rain over the water. A flight of stairs leading into the ocean. Wave after wave washing the coast of Martinaise, with its motorboats and gently swaying reeds. The ruins of a half-sunken sea fort crumble on an inlet beyond the Bay of Revachol. Ghosts rise into the sky.
What is down the shore?
Urban coastline, rain dripping off Eternite-covered roofs. Cinder blocks left over from half-finished construction. A defunct research and development building, once seized by revolutionaries. An old wooden church stands on stilts above the water.
And beyond that?
Coal City, end of all lines.
Who are you, ghosts?
The skyscrapers of La Delta, the financial district. Faint golden light seeps from the office windows. Will you ever go there?
Will I?
No, you are just one of the hundreds of thousands who watch them rise across the bay from Martinez every day.
Run my fingers through my hair.
Your hair is an oily mess flecked with ash from neighboring coal plants. Smokestacks rise somewhere in the distance.
In the east.
The great gates of the industrial harbor are locked. A chill runs down your back. You shudder like an animal trying to shake water from its hide.
Clench my teeth.
Behind the gates, heaps of supply crates, red and blue metal shipping containers, slick with rain. The Greater Revachol Industrial Harbor is an artificial mountain range. Immense wealth resides within, and immeasurable poverty in its shadow.
And before that?
You, on the Martinez Plaza, a small dot looking up at the sky. Droplets form on your eyelashes.
And beyond that?
La Ducienne, King Dries passenger harbor. Cruise ships flanked by dock arms. Cranes watching over the mouth of the river distributary.
What is a cross?
Couronne, the lower middle class. Distributary after distributary cuts the city blocks in half. 7-story buildings trail off into the rain.
And beyond?
A silvery curtain of rain over the houses. The class divide.
The north.
Capeside apartments. Tower blocks crowd one another. 4.46mm bullets still lodged in their war-torn stone walls. Hallways collapse from the mortar hits of a war that was lost long ago. Clotheslines go to waste in the rain. Radios play.
And closer to here?
A yard. Rain falls onto the roof of a woodshed. The lingering odor of decomposition mixes with that of damp soil.
In the south.
A traffic jam. Rain thrumming on the roofs of motor vehicles. Inside, drivers watch water streaming down their windshields. The statue of a king shudders. He too is cold. The canal bridge has been raised.
What's on the other side?
The road ascends. A raised motorway loops above the ghetto. Beneath its concrete columns, a sea of rooftops, woodwork, and tar stretches northward. 4-story buildings as far as the rain can fall. The snows melt in Jamrock.
Why am I not there?
To be in Martinez, where no one goes, at the runoff point of a long-forgotten canal, in the whitest part of town. In the shadow of the day the revolution fell.
What am I doing?
Standing in the rain, looking north, where Jamrock Rock City stretches inland.
Where the hood at?
Have a brother in the cut. Where the hood at?
Shudder, look further.
In the rain-swept distance, above the rooftops of Jamrock, a repurposed silk mill stands perched above the motorway exit. Precinct 41 hunches in the rain. Your vision blurs. You wipe your face with your hand. The rain stings your eyes, making you look up and blink.
What's above?
Coalition aerostatics hang like apparitions under the cloud cover. Way up there, where rain forms, rotors flutter silently. Your sight clears.
Motherfucker.
This rain will not let up anytime soon. At least we are dressed for it. Let's keep moving.
All around you, the spring thaw looking up grey sky, humid. Your coat sheet.
This rain will not let up anytime soon. At least we are dressed for it. Let's keep moving.
Okay. Who are you? Someone who's all about money, it seems.
The
You're
work
still
is in
conked
a
out?
deep. Perhaps he's on his way to where you just came from. On the counter, rolled out of.
Can I help you?
Guard, I saw another thing.
Another thing. Great. I love. Yes.
Didn't in fact see another thing. Here's your key back.
Thanks. I hope you found what you were looking for.
The victim's clothes.
How strange. I certainly didn't put them there.
Who else has keys to the container?
The trash collection service, CS Municipal. I don't see why they would put anything in the trash, though.
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when.
No, we just didn't
This will
go
have
into
to
the
be
Great
one of
Glitch
those
Wall.
little
We
threads
went
that
around.
solves itself down the road.
On Clinton Street, near the Boogie Street Diamond, a small truck rattles down an alleyway. It stops by a rusted trash container. Two men, their faces rough and swollen, jump out. They look at the container despondently. CSM is written on their backs.
Thank you anyway.
Could someone on your staff have put them there?
Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my staff. None of us would tamper with the crime scene.
Maybe you don't... This sounds like a dumb thing to say. Let's talk about something
Yes.
else. So about that money I owe you?
Yes. Have you got it?
How much do I owe you again?
A lot. A lot. For the room, drinks, and broken window, 130 real.
Let's talk about something
Like
else.
what? I was rarely enjoying talking about the money you owe me.
Goodbye. Do you have anything more to say?
Hello again, sweetie.
No. Alright, here's my 3 skill points. Let's put one of them into Shivers, because Shivers is cool. I like Drama. Drama's a fun one. Are you...
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already?
Not now.
Oh, excuse me. Do you have something better to do than...
So how do I get into the other side of the yard? I will... Yeah, it would be... I want to have gun. Having gun would be great. So how could I get there? Maybe from around? Let's give that a shot. Oh, the girl went inside. And the door is locked.
This Post Lavantorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front.
Good mailbox.
The box seems happy. Eat shit pig, fucked by the coon, and Saint G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also.
Been there, mailbox.
The mail collection box seems cathartic. Thankfully even, so do you. You shudder, then you swallow, and then suddenly you see it. Over all the other graffitos, someone has, using the tip of a very sharp knife, cut the words, Revachol forever.
Free healing from the mailbox. That's not worth, I don't know what is. Bench.
The worn and beat.
We can sit up.
You can revisit the bench.
Cracked pavement, that's the car. Broken viewer. Now what are you?
This coin-operated viewer is facing south. The instruction manual says
I don't have the
your
money for
money
this, let's do it
disappears
anyway.
into the coin slot. The curtains on the display open. You lean in to catch the view. The lenses shift. The ghost sharpens into an islet in the bay. In the ruins, a man-made structure is visible. A half-sunken sea fort. Its concrete almost reconquered by nature. It looks as if it was abandoned quite some time ago. Nothing but a rotten tooth remains of the anti-aircraft tower. A lonely birch tree grows out of it. Its leaves ripped from it by the winter wind.
There are ruins there.
Really? I don't have the eyesight to make it out.
Hang in there, little one.
The little brave birch tree seems to wave back in the wind.
A lonely cormorant. Hi, bird. Belly of this boat shines like it was recently painted. Okay. Is this the yard? Ooh. Haikuno S, I'm on your side now.
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building.
Yeah, I can't conceptualize that. No way, no how. Money and healing. A garden hose. Chairs and tables. More healing.
This must be it. The basement door is weather-worn. The Royal Lion, Guillaume's kitten. This knocker will last a lifetime and then some.
Alright, let's listen.
The leather upholstery is worn and rough against your jaw. In fact, it's oddly silent in the yard around you. No birds chirp.
Let's use the key.
You try to be as silent as you can. It takes a bit of rattling of the handle to loosen the bolt. Finally, the door unlocks with a small clack. Thoughts race through your head. Well, buddy, you opened it. No need to go inside. It would be rude. Only curiosity could account for stepping over that threshold. Maybe there's treasure in there. A white alligator. A fountain of quicksilver. As you hold the open door, you can feel the air moving. A little draft. A whistle.
I do want to go inside.
There must be another way into the building.
I do want to go inside. And yeah, it's flashlight time. Unless it isn't. What if it isn't?
A row of mugs sits on the shelf. Each one depicts a human figure. A dark-skinned woman grinning amidst mysterious symbols. A broad-shouldered man shoveling potatoes, and others.
Tap,
A
tap,
little
tap.
ring. Though cheerful, the images on the ceramic make you vaguely uncomfortable. The images betray a lack of interest in human beings. They are merely unflattering caricatures. The owner of these mugs doesn't like people of other ethnicities very much.
Typical asshole.
This person is unhappy. The lieutenant picks up one of the mugs, then puts it back down with a look of disdain.
I'm beginning to feel better about breaking into this man's apartment.
Let's whip out the mug.
Yes, your broken mug friend would feel very much at home here. The same humor, the same mocking line.
There's the missing tin soldier. Whoever lives here might have used the Whirling's container to dump his trash. And now they've drawn the ire of the Union. The plot thickens, as they say.
Perhaps you should break into apartments more often.
You think it's the same person who put the dead man's clothes in the trash?
Who knows? I'm not expecting too much from these clothes in the trash lead either way. It might turn out to be some random local matter, but still, a nice coincidence.
Fair-haired fantasy heroes with big muscles. A shirt. Can't say no to a shirt. Ooh, +1 logic. What do I have now? +1 drama. The hidden world of walking sticks. The warmth of the red sun on the flag. Small suitcase full of clothes. Looks like that's all there is to see here. Balcony with a view to the yard and the hanging.
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
No trouble for me.
I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
It's the god of cigarettes and youth. Ask him if he's got anything to spare.
No problem.
There won't be a next time. I really need to get going.
Let's convince him to stay.
This isn't the place or time for questions. Who knows who might be watching from the distance, hidden behind the curtains.
Hey, listen. I'm just trying to make things okay again. Can we meet somewhere else? Oh,
For
no.
a moment, the man on the balcony seems almost vulnerable. Something moves in the depths of his feline eyes. Compassion and a hint of understanding.
He just got access to drugs. I didn't want that.
I am sorry, but I really don't have the information you're looking for.
But, hold on. What's that? For a split second, his hand lingers, as though gesturing towards a stone placed right next to the front door. It's a sign.
Good luck with the investigation.
Interesting. So we can go in.
He's gone. No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself.
You're right.
He
Probably
could be a
nothing
witness.
important.
He did leave us a sign. Did you see that? He wanted to draw our attention to that stone right over there. If we find a way inside the building, we can ask around for his apartment.
Let's do that.
A stone. There's a key beneath it.
This must be for the front door. Pity it doesn't have the apartment number on it. We'll just have to go in and see.
Eviction notices and missing pets. Aw. Cleaning chemicals. Ooh, glasses. Well, here's that balcony. Light pollution, distant traffic, a box full of cigarette butts, a tiny amount of money. Well, we have a tool for that, don't we? That's right, we do. Just a door. Someone's growing herbs. A door to be remembered. Number 28, 29, 30. Complete silence. Whoever lives there isn't home. Voices from within. guess that means we have to go back inside. Oh, is this the way in? Right, that makes sense. An old shoe rack. 12 is his loud snore. A loud scary snore. I want a flashlight for this. Alright, I have a flashlight. You did your job admirably. A 5-pointed star, okay.
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says number 11. It's a solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. Better whip out those cutters. You won't get very far otherwise. No reply.
Well, let's give it a shot, I guess. Is it really breaking and entering if you're a cop? Number 9 is locked.
You hear someone walking around inside. The walking stops. You can feel tension on the other side. A poor communard from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than a closet.
Do I have to open the door? Do you have a warrant?
Let's go. We don't...
Yeah. I need with an overflowing mailbox.
Give me a moment. The cold never does any good for my bronchos.
This woman's health is failing her. There's not much to do. Not in this damp.
Are you alright?
I'm fine.
You're still worried.
Now, what do you want from me, policeman?
Who are you?
I'm no.
Do you live
if you
here?
can call it living. I have a little room upstairs. It's barely bigger than a closet. But I don't complain, no. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company.
And all she gets, too.
Yes, yes. I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil.
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying.
What's he in trouble for?
No trouble, just one talk.
Talk? He lives upstairs in room 28.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony.
I have a few questions.
Ask away, policeman.
This one's on a vacation.
People come and go. I don't keep an eye on everyone.
Who leaves in 10?
No one lives there. It's been empty for months.
But I talked to someone.
Impossible. Maybe it's those countercultural people again. Breaking into a house like it's a public space. You're a policeman. Be good and take a look, will you?
Sure.
Great. Young people. They're worse than rats. You know, always littering the hallways with trinkets and empty beer cans.
Who leaves behind the padlock door?
Oh, that one is a scientist, a future scholar. I think he studies astrology at the community college. Education's good. I always tell them to study.
Astrology?
Something to do with all those stars around his door. He asked me to leave his drawings up on the wall.
You sure you don't mean astronomy?
That's what I said. Astrology.
The lieutenant. Come on, people. Try to keep up any standards here. It's not about stars. It's...
That's all. Thanks.
She mumbles. Some kind.
A firing squad for the rich. Foreclosed by Martinez Realty Associates. Someone's been sleeping there recently. Coal. Jeans.
We should think about calling it a day, maybe. You should take care of that then. Let's talk to him anyway.
Though he finds this situation frustrating, he is doing his best to not make you feel any worse than you already.
It's a good amount of money.
The streets will flow red once more.
The streets will not
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C.
Just your name.
And here I was trying to be polite.
She's grown frustrated with her work. That smell coming from her paint bucket. It's not paint. It's heavy fuel oil.
Was that heavy fuel oil?
red dyed heavy fuel oil, intended for exclusive use in government vehicles, to be precise.
What did you think I was using? Aquarelle?
She really did it. She's proud of it too.
That's some clever cultural commentary.
You ain't seen nothing yet, piggy boo.
You keep looking off to the side.
The lieutenant furrows his brow at another one of your eccentricisms.
Is that the right thing?
Hatred, disgust. It's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features. The woman on the boat does not notice her staring.
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
Probably the Wild Pines rep. We should talk to her. You should take the lead. Ask her unexpected questions.
Good idea, piggies. Run along now.
What are you doing to the wall?
Can't you tell? I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words.
So you don't know what to write.
Have you ever tried your hand at graffiti-o? When faced with a blank wall, most people write unimaginative stuff, like pigs go home, and Mono is here. We rarely see pigs round here, though.
She wants it to be something true and total.
Why are you so committed?
This place is severely lacking in havoc. I thought I'd mix it up, you know.
I have an opinion. Want to hear it?
Yeah?
I love public art. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thanks.
You've lessened her desire to deface the building.
Is that bed in the coal room yours?
Ooh. Not only have you found my address, you've discovered my biggest secret. I'm a coal miner.
It's not the nicest place, but I guess it'll have to do.
It doesn't have to do anything at all. Nothing does. Like me. Right now, I'm doing nothing at all.
But really, you're a miner?
Yes. I keep hoping a shaft will collapse on me. But somehow, it never happens.
Do you have a real home?
Does anyone?
If there's pain about any particular home she's lost, she's buried it deep.
Cool, I have other questions.
Shoot, piggy. It's what you do, isn't it?
You know anything about the murder?
I ain't no snitch, pigsty.
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko.
Alright, Cindy.
Watch your
So true. Tarps flap in the wind. Okay, so I do want to get down to where the union rep is. Or the non-union rep, the company rep. It's down there. I also kind of want to break into this guy's place, though.
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on it. What are you doing?
I believe it's the shackle you mean to cut, Detective.
He's just trying to help. Don't take it bad. Relax.
That's what I'm trying
Perhaps
to do.
you should give it another go.
Thanks, Kim.
The shackle snapped.
After you, Detective.
A white star. Revolutionaries with guns. Critical theory on the monstrosities of capital. I feel bad for
A
taking this
plaster
guy's
cast
stuff.
bust depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns.
Who's
He's known
Krasnov?
as the father of scientific communism, also known as Masovianism. His theories about economic history greatly influenced, some would even say sparked, the anti-centennial revolution.
Why does this tenant have a bust?
The White Star, the photos on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment of a young communard. How fitting.
The hero of the working
Whoever
class.
lives here definitely shares your enthusiasm. There aren't many communists around.
That's cool. Good for you. Thanks for giving me your stuff. Wait, did you give me all your? Yeah. Okay, that's the bust of, not Karl Marx. A motorcycle. Apartments. Rue de Saint-Gislain. I'm getting so much good items. Okay. Huh. So I was here before. Elysium. Docking reserved for 33K.
A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach.
Good evening, officers. I'm Joyce. Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
What's the L stand for?
Beaton, my maiden name.
What gave us away?
Nothing, honestly. I've said it to every drunk in town, and you're the first one who's responded.
What is implied here? That you're a drunk?
Shake her hand.
I'm glad to see you here. I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will. Gladly.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines Group.
It's hard to get a read on her precise disposition, but she appears helpful.
You're on a boat.
Why, yes I am.
Not a lot of people on boats, are there?
Of course there are. We're on an archipelago. How else are you supposed to get around?
What do you mean an archipelago?
I mean, we are on Le Caillou, are we not?
Caillou? I thought we were in Revachol.
We are. And the city of Revachol is on the island of Le Caillou.
Still, I haven't seen anyone else sail a boat.
I haven't seen anyone else drive a souped-up Capri Kenema motor carriage either.
Actually, that motor carriage has been specially issued to serve as a patrol and pursuit vehicle. It's for crossing long distances in the greater Revachol industrial harbor. It's not a toy.
Neither is this. A toy, I mean. It's a machine for crossing long distances in the Bay of Revachol, between the city and the island.
She's having a good time arguing against the law. Too good, perhaps.
Does she have a name?
The boat? No. It is called Cordelati 19, because that's the type of sloop it is.
The word "it" feels strange. A breeze ripples through the sails and tugs at your hair. Below, the sleek, fish-like shape of the hull parts the water. Beneath that, a resounding darkness. You're reminded of something. Or someone.
Cool, but your boat needs a name.
Okay. How about Cordelati 19? Because it was manufactured in Revachol East by a company called Cordelati, and its hull is 19 paces long.
How about Dolores?
Why Dolores?
Feels pretty.
Well, it means nothing to me. I think I'll stick with the factory name. But thank you for the suggestion.
Okay, but what kind of boat?
It's a pleasure craft. A 19 pacer. It also happens to be rated for Category 1 racing.
Neat.
My slew, I like it a lot. It's the eel's hips, baby.
I'm enjoying this part of the interview.
I really do, the lieutenant thinks. Is she thrown off yet? He's looking at the woman, assessing her.
Do you have a license for this boat?
Officer, I assure you I'm a highly qualified pleasure craft operator.
The crowns of her teeth are porcelain. Qualified pleasure craft operator. So charming. Where's the damn license?
Can I see your license?
I just renewed its safety inspection last month, officers. It is completely seaworthy. In fact, it's taken part in not one, but two insulindic regattas. Even finished once.
Still need to see a license, ma'am.
Actually, you don't.
What do you mean?
The Wayfarer Act specifically denies the RCM the authority to demand anyone's operator license. It's a little-known fact among us law officials.
So we can't pull over random civilians and demand their papers? That's weak.
Unless it's their passport. No. Do you want to ask for the lady's passport?
You need to save face if you want her respect. Demand that passport.
Yes, I'm going to need to see your passport.
Of course.
Look at the
The
passport.
woman is silent, smiling while the waves lap against the hull. In your hand, under the plastic, a light blue passport saying, Republic of Vespa. The coat of arms has a lion and an ostrich. Seagent. The woman, born in the year 3 in the commune of Revachol, smiles at you. Face adorned with frown lines and crow's feet. The photo is recent. The name reads, Rejoice Leighton Messier.
Your name is Rejoice?
Yes. But please don't call me that. Joyce is much more efficient.
She doesn't like it. Probably a bad memory. Mean girls at school or some ancient lover.
You're from Vesper.
My husband is. I have dual citizenship. A Vespertine is handier when traveling.
This seems to be in order.
She nods and returns the plastic bag to her coat.
I think I have a handle on the boat thing.
Good.
Tell me about Wild Pines.
What we do. I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking.
So what do they do?
The Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. And that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms.
How much money do they have?
I'm not at liberty to discuss the company balance sheet, but I can tell you that last year, the company booked more than 20 billion real in revenue.
A billion?
What exactly is a billion?
It's a number, officer. A big one.
What's it made of?
It's made of 1,000 millions. A million is made of 1,000 thousands.
That's it? I thought Wild Pines was supposed to be big time.
And to think, there are years when the group books losses in the billions. Wild Pines employs 72,000 people, all of whom have families that depend on their salaries. It is a tremendous responsibility.
Where does Wild Pines get all these billions?
They started as an exploration and cargo fleet conducting trade between the Samaran and Insulindian Isolas 250 years ago. Centuries of care, deliberation, and madness have gone into this endeavor.
What does a
Vessels
huge system
pass
want
through
with
the
a place
great
like
unrest.
this?
You mean aside from being the terminal's legal owners, who are responsible for moving 8% of the world's cargo?
The workers move 8% of the world's cargo.
We built this district, all the best parts of it. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, with its bastions, the plazas Meteor and Mosaic. Even some of the old street lamps have been put back thanks to the investments from the WP. Before Martinez was swallowed by the industrial harbour, even before it was part of Revachol, long before Terminal B was erected here, the Pines built it as a resort for its Revacholian employees, a company getaway, for a weekend or a summer holiday.
With your help, hopefully, says her warm tone.
Well, can you tell me about the strike?
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets.
What's your role?
I believe the official title is Senior Labour Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counteroffer.
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place. Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-meter-20 racist behemoth blocking the gates.
Oh, Measurehead.
Yes, Jean-Luc Measurehead. Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM.
But the strike began in December.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he'd granted the union in prior negotiation.
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike.
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive.
What happened to Gaumont?
Mr. Clare told him to, how did he put it? Fuck off, midget. Gaumont is short of stature, you see.
Not cool.
Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the union.
Sounds like usual aggressive posturing.
What are the demands?
There are leaflets everywhere, and banners. Every worker, a member of the board.
I don't know what to think about that.
Fortunately, they explained it. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about anything, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers in its Martinez terminal. Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group.
What are you going to do?
I'm not sure. Naturally, I assume that was just their opening position, a hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over again. And now, people are getting lynched, I hear.
Excuse me, from whom did you hear about this lynching?
I first heard it from the boyer at the gates, the one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, "Call me mañana."
This checks out.
Scabs at the gate?
The scabs? You mean the huddled masses of Jamrock, come to plead for work where the union refuses to? If they were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret. I could not share it with you. Not right now, at least.
What do you think of Everard?
Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood.
That's Everard.
He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar.
I remember hearing about Edgar.
Have you seen him?
No.
Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does, and when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues.
Alright, see ICPT. And what about the union?
The Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. Organized labor at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter election.
A mob. The Débardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, we are forced to cooperate with them.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everard and his brother. And your opinion, detective, if I may ask? I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Débardeurs Union is...
an effective advocate?
Why do you think so?
They're good labor men. Can't fault them for a little corruption.
Ha! A real man of the left. What else can I tell you about?
You said something happened in the elections?
I'm glad you asked. There was a woman...
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore, or coming to work. ever. End of story.
Sounds like extortion.
Indeed. The company suspects foul play. The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares.
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
Of course. How else can I help?
By the way, I've talked to Everard.
You have?
Finally, time to choose sides.
I can do business with him.
Of course. He must have his practical uses. He could have kept it with corruption. Fantastic, Worm-like corruption.
The RCM does not pick sides in this matter.
Of course. And I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a corrupt Worm myself. How could I stop you?
Tell her she'll like you for it.
Yes, your disgusting necktie agrees completely. Let's gossip.
Can't say no to the necktie. He's helping me find my gun.
Oh.
The lieutenant looks. When I said be wacky, I didn't mean wildly, grossly irresponsible and damaging to the RCM.
Unconventional police officers sometimes lose their guns.
Incredible. Simply incredible. And how is it going? Has this detecting produced a gun?
No.
Well, maybe he's not as helpful as you thought then. Is there anything else? Of course, Detective. Until then, is there anything I can help you with? Quite a few things. The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41.
Oh, and what happened to yours, Detective?
Awkwardness washes over the conversation. The woman doesn't like this turn of events.
Remember my unusual medical episode?
I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode?
I could have eaten it.
Oh dear. I suppose this does explain some of the more curious turns in our conversation.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Of course, I sympathize. But I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
Hang on. She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement.
What kind of arrangement?
I mean, favors for favors. A dirty alliance of some sort.
Alright, let's suggest.
Easy. Just offer her a favor. Like I said, nice and dirty.
Surely there's some other way.
I will be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors. They're going to want to see something very tangible.
You're in, but expect her to drive a hard bargain.
Like what?
Reports from inside Terminal B suggest it's a hub for the local drug trade.
They're profiting from this trade.
The company has tried looking into this matter before, to no avail. Perhaps someone with your authority and resources might turn over the right stones. Or you can recover your badge.
Detective, a word in private before we continue. This is not going quite as I hoped it would.
How did you hope it would go?
Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance, and not volunteer us to be her henchmen.
I thought it was going so well.
This woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she's simply an adept improviser. Either way, we've played straight into her hands.
He doesn't let it show, but there is a limit to how much the consequences of your unprofessional behavior can cost the investigation.
What do you propose?
No. If there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. What I propose is, we ask her, then we investigate, briefly. But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her it's done and demand for her information on the lynching.
Let's get back then.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? Of course, Detective.
Shadows on the water.
You're back. It's quite straightforward. Someone is using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients from the Samar and Isola into Revachol with the Union's blessing.
Ingredients for what?
Meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL and various synthetic psychedelics. Honestly, it might... Yes. After they clear the terminal, we lose track. The actual production is taking place at various sites in and around Jamrock Quarter.
Wild Pine seems to be well apprised of the local drug trade, ma'am. Do you mean to say the union also produces the product?
We're in logistics. It's our business to know. And no. As far as the company knows, the union does not produce it. Yes, but you won't get anything out of Evrat and the Dock Workers Union. Still, every chain has its weak link.
Am I going to need bolt cutters for this?
Unlikely, officer. I'm talking about the lorries. Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout just now. Interview the drivers who are still hanging about. I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share company secrets with you.
You'll be indebted to her, in a way, but one step ahead of the union in another.
Why didn't you come to the RCM earlier?
We did. On more than one occasion.
We know the company has launched its own probe into the union's alleged involvement. We also know it's come up empty.
Well, here's your chance, officers.
What proof do you have for the union?
How do you think they're financing this strike?
There was a shakedown of local businesses.
With all due respect to these desert cacti, the contents of a few cash registers cannot provide for 2,000 men. Precisely. Smuggled out of that very gate at night, most likely. Then
It sounds like she tried looking into it herself, but she's clearly not the type your typical lorryman would confide in.
No. We asked East Motor Track to raise the drawbridge. The road company is a partner of one of our subsidiaries. This is a limited time opportunity. Once the complaint has been processed by the trade committee, they'll have no choice but to lower the drawbridge. Thousands of litres of raw ingredients will pour onto the streets of Revachol.
Cold breath rushes in from the bay, making its way down the alleyways and potholed streets.
A lot of it. It comes in from large Samaran factories.
Well,
What is that?
why I had to call East Motor Track and beg them to open a drawbridge for me. I'd wondered since I first drove in, on my motor carry.
I am sorry for the inconvenience, Lieutenant Kisaragi, but we need them. Yes? Excellent. According to my reports, there are at least 3 lorry drivers. It may come to nothing. In the meantime, let me know if there's any other way I may be of assistance. That's the man who was killed. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question. Better not tie the fourth day to the bat's day on this.
She wants to answer the question. Protocol keeps her from it.
This...
The aim is to gain a deeper understanding.
Ah, yes. The episode.
Don't be phased, madame. He functions perfectly well.
We may be here a while then.
All right, you're in. Begin with the first one. You'll appear worldly.
Where are we?
We're in Martinez, baby.
Baby?
A casual term of endearment popular among the 50-plus crowd.
I'm a disco holdover.
Martinez is a district of Revachol. You would be excused for not knowing about it. Unimportant, they say. Forgotten, even. Shelled to smithereens during the revolution. I'm not a good ambassador. As I told you, Martinez used to be a province. It's not really a sea, it's the Bay of Revachol. Yes.
Vast, lukewarm, and unknowable.
Caillou, as you already know. Imagine a pebble.
It is clear this pebble is of enormous value to her.
I would be happy to. We're in Martinez. Martinez, you would... I'm not a... As I told you, Revachol, the great...
As if it's self-explanatory, beyond patriotism.
History detective. They built this city in the DeLorean century. 380 years ago, the nations of the Occident, or migrant workers from Seminine and Ile Marat, depending on your creed, they say it's where the terrible questions of our time will be answered. By that I mean conflicts. We are standing on a fertile, self-sufficient island able to sustain up to 200 million people. I think it's fair to say 22 kilometers from the center of the world.
Silence. She lowers her hand. The water, the light. There is no recognition, only the immensity of the sea. She observes your eyes scanning the horizon. This is one thought you need to complete.
Was there something else you want?
This has been informative. Thank you. Might I suggest not asking?
Absolutely. My commitment here is long term.
It's better not.
Indeed. I'm always at your service. Glad to have been of assistance. A little.
Mazovian socio-economics.
Ooh, communism.
0.000% of communism has been built. Evil, child-murdering billionaires still rule the world with a shit-eating grin. All he has managed to do is make himself sad. He is starting to suspect Krasmezov fucked him over, personally, with his socio-economic theory. It has, however, made him into a very smart boy with something like a
That seems kind of annoying, actually. Okay, let's derealize, I guess. Oh, and I need to unlock a new slot, which costs 1 skill point, of which I have exactly 1. Okay, Let's derealize, I guess. Alright, and then we can go back and, I guess, beg Mr. Guard or whatever.
Can I help you? Yes. Have you got... Does that arrangement include you paying me what we already agreed you owe me?
Kim is about to say something.
I understand your predicament as the manager. However, I feel I must remind you that we are here to conduct an important investigation that also affects your business.
Forgive me for saying this, but your colleague seems more committed to drinking.
He shrinks back a bit under the lieutenant's severe gaze.
I mean no offense. It's really nothing personal. I just have to protect the interests of this establishment.
I still have my key.
Good luck trying to use it. All the locks have an electronic component. They have to be unlocked down here with a master key before your guest key will open the lock.
This conversation isn't going anywhere.
Not until you bring me the money.
Okay. I might have something in my motor carriage we can use when you're done here.
I really didn't want to resort to this. The man is thinking.
Oh, Lieutenant, we're done.
The thing is, wait, let me check actually. $11.50. We have like 75 worth of items. Yeah, it's not too bad.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox.
I have something here we could sell. Look in the back.
Transport enclosure. Regular people just call it the cage. The cage at the back of the motor carriage looks rather uncomfortable.
I confiscated this for a little while back. We can take them to the pawn shop down by the Martinez Canal.
What are those
There are
things?
spinner hubcaps, frivolous things you put on your wheels. When the wheels come to a stop, the caps keep on spinning. There's no real use for them, it's just for vanity.
A vanity he wouldn't mind.
You said a pawn shop?
Yes, there's one 100 meters south of here.
Items that can be pawned at Bird's Nest Roy's appear in your inventory under the Items tab.
A couple of weeks ago, I stopped a young man for going slower than the speed of traffic. Turns out he was some coalition official's son and high.
I get it.
That they are. I was going to take them into evidence, but they weren't necessary for conviction. He never asked for them back.
Did you want to put them on your machine?
No, that would be silly. I don't know why I kept them. It doesn't matter. I couldn't put them on this MC anyway. A cup with spinners. That would be outrageous.
Yes, too wacky.
Exactly.
The spinners shine so bright they reflect on the lieutenant's glasses. He doesn't say anything either.
I can't take Kim's spinners.
Alright, let's not take them now. Then, come back once we realize we have to. Have this conversation again, and then take them.
The cage.
I confiscated this for a little while back. We can take them to the pawn shop down by
I'm
the Martinez
sorry,
Canal.
Kim. I'm so sorry. I have like 75 worth, but I need another 30 rail.
The lieutenant nods as you take the spinners.
Kim, I don't deserve this. Sorry cop does not deserve this. According to the company that controls the drawbridge, huh? Maybe this is the pawn shop? I doubt it, but like... How do I even get to it? Ah. Stairs. Water lock out of order until Wednesday.
A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control. This panel usually closes the water lock, turning it into a bridge that lets you...
If it won't do anything, then I'd rather not mess things up for everyone. Well, yep, here's the pawn shop.
Typical Martinez streetlight sits among. The boomboxes on the shelf look well loved and well. You see rows of toys sold. Try to find something pretty and cool here. Then use it to win her back.
Win her back?
Yes. Buy something nice. A figurine. This set of soldiers isn't meant to look impressive.
You're probably talking about the revolutionaries, yes? I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win.
It's meant to give people hope.
Maybe.
He seems to have his own take on the conflict played out in perpetuity by these toys. They're not all
Which ones? Ah.
big men on
Franco-Nigerian knights.
a long, long time ago. This
I think their poverty... Okay.
He seems to have his own take on the conflict played out in perpetuity by these toys. Everything you pick out seems faded, chipped, and sad somehow.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop. What can I do?
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light.
Oh no, not at
Who are your customers?
all. Kinds of people come through here. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Quite the collection.
It keeps me
Entertained? He might be high. If he is, on what?
I'm not sure I want to do this, but I'm curious.
Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light, a drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow.
Is it warm in
I
here?
tried to keep the shop.
There's a note of those triangle patches on his vest. You have a feeling they mean something, like they're similar to the halogen rectangle on your jacket.
What's with those triangles?
I was with the Emergency Relief Brigade. Had to take Perolidon for radiation sickness. That's what you were hinting at just now, wasn't it?
He's taken for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days.
A people's pile.
A bad idea. Some poor leftist built a particle decay generator in hopes of bringing affordable electricity to underserved communities. It malfunctioned. Radioactive waste everywhere. Probably some of it in you too.
Tell me about the Emergency Relief Brigade.
We were an all-volunteer force.
Tough son of a gun, this one.
I lived by the river since I was a small boy. There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. We wasted years in the river mud. Years getting sick. There's a reason why everyone's tried. So much disappointment. And early deaths. No one's. Everyone's.
So much bitter.
A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor, hoping for the best. The cleanup happened 15 years ago, so I came to Martinez. People told I like the theory more than the story. Outward movement.
Yeah, you gotta get in on those vortices, my man.
Something to sell.
Yes, we'd like to sell these hubcaps.
Roy takes the hubcap.
Yes, these are very, very good.
No one was defrauded or jumped, I assure you.
Of course.
Thank you. Here's the 130 real you need for you.
The windfall is a small consolation.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
I'll check my pockets.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
I think we can sell this. The pen is useful. There was something else that was worth something, right? Yeah, the shot put ball. To sell beautiful old school sports equipment would be a sin. Sell. Don't have anything else to sell.
Another time, perhaps.
Maybe able to help the
I doubt
investigation.
it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have.
The hanging.
I do my best to keep my...
No one likes to see what you have to see every day. The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
Alright, other business. What's this? It's inside the union-only room.
Can I help you? Yes. Have you got it?
I have it.
Well?
Here it is. Sorry for the trouble.
Great. Thank you, officer. That's all I wanted. Payment for services rendered.
He's not sorry about his behavior for your sake. Now that you have money, he really wants to make sure you're not angry with him.
The electronic lock to your room has been disabled till 9 p.m. tomorrow. Please pay for each night in advance starting tomorrow.
I'll take a room here too.
Of course. Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests.
The door is closed. You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray. This is the door to the room you redecorated.
Good night, Lieutenant.
Just a moment. You had some questions earlier, I believe. And besides, we should discuss our progress on the investigation.
Alright, let's balcony it up.
The air outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum. Then,
Where shall we begin? We should talk about the investigation, first and foremost. But I also remember you wanting to discuss the RCM.
I didn't know you smoked.
I have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes. It's something of a ritual.
oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette.
How did you get so cool, Kim?
You mean this? This isn't cool. It's an unnecessary trial of will and unhealthy.
Keeping the habit within the parameters he's given himself takes a lot of focus. It would be easier to simply quit.
Alright, the debrief.
Yes. It's been a long and eventful day.
How do you think today went?
Well, we inspected the victim's body, so that's good. Our inspection could have been more thorough, as it always can. But we have some leads we can follow up on. In addition, we got that body down from the tree. And we performed the field autopsy on the victim. We found some things we can really work with. I still feel like we missed something. But maybe the boys in processing will surprise us. Now, as for interviews, my list of people to talk to here in Martinez, I mean.
I understand communication.
Very important indeed. He wasn't particularly forthcoming with useful information, however.
He has stuff on me.
Well, we will have to work through that. Claire also helped you, how should I say, remember your name? That's a relief.
I want a different name I haven't ruined yet.
You can look into the process of changing your name after we finish this investigation. We tried to interview the Wild Palms rep, but she asked us to do something for her first. Fine, so be it. I have a feeling Joyce knows how dangerous the situation really is. We have to get her to talk to us. Above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard Precinct 41 practice?
I have a really good theory about why you're running so fast, son. Just you wait until we get up tomorrow.
I don't know why.
Alright, but... and forgive me, this has been bothering me since this morning. How have you managed to run around all day wearing only one shoe?
I completely forgot about that.
Well, there seems to be a shoe that is a match to the one you're wearing further down the balcony. Perhaps you can collect it when we're done talking.
He's right. There it is.
Imagine how much faster you could run wearing a cool patent leather shoe on each foot.
The dying lights of the city shimmer below. This soldier is the highlight of the day for me, he thinks. This little stick right here.
They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid, Kuno. It's different inland, in Jamrock and the GRIH. It's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the Union, to the company, not daring to come here more often. We run this city. West of the river is RCM land. It's incredibly hard. Human beings are... But we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization works, our systems work. If they didn't, the city would disintegrate.
Night. Captain Bartholomew Price steps into the yard. A piebald horse waits by the motor carriage, chewing oats out of an oat bag. Seagulls fly overhead. The sky is black. Captain Price wears a black suit and a standard patrol coat. As he mounts the horse to head home, rows of houses on either side, hunching over the sidewalks, and Precinct 41, with its dome roof growing distant. Around him, the streets are silent. A kid on the corner waves at the captain as he takes the turn on Petition and Main. The horse neighs. The captain nods back. Thanks, kid, he thinks. He's grateful.
I hope our investigation will at least do some good.
Me too. But I wouldn't count on any drastic changes in our lifetimes.
So what are our powers?
They're quite limited, actually. The power officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses, in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule.
Wouldn't that be an easy power to abuse?
Yes, although indirectly, as citizens can always request records from their local station. Officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than the prescribed fine amount. It undermines trust in the RCM.
Why not more than 1,000?
The RCM's primary role is to ensure safety. We are not really supposed to play any part in the economic structure of Revachol.
What else?
We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station cold slip. It prevents confusion and overcrowding.
How can you be sure they'll show up?
You can't. Those who don't show up become fugitives, though, and have fewer legal rights when they are eventually caught.
When power calls you, you come. But power itself is a fragile trick of perception.
And if someone resists?
As you may have gathered from the fact that we are expected to carry a record of our kills, like the one in your watermarks, we are permitted to use whatever force is necessary, and strongly admonished not to abuse that power.
What happens to the people we convict?
We don't convict. We arrest and send them to coalition government courts in Couron and La Delta. The prosecution works off our testimonies and records, which is why it's paramount to keep them.
So if I kill someone on duty...
You have to supply compelling evidence for why it was necessary to use lethal force. In these cases, your partner is usually your witness. Not a good position to be in, by the way. Internal Affairs handles these cases thoroughly, by cross-examining you for inconsistencies. It is hard to cover for anyone, which is for the best. The coalition government, and the moral intern more broadly. The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. So we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order. No more, no less. Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Revachol or the coalition government founded the RCM.
Let's say it was the citizens.
Be sentimental if you like. Either way, the moral intern leases us the right to keep the peace in this city, and they will take it away if we misuse it.
What is the moral intern?
The Moralist International are the world's largest political organization. You know who they are. They have been running this place after the revolution failed.
How would you describe them?
They're a union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt. Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP, EPIS, most intergovernmental organizations in the world.
What do they believe in?
What do they believe in? They are Dolorians. They believe they continue the humanist project set forth by Her Innocence Dolores Day 4 centuries ago. Other interesting question. It's a blue forget-me-not. They're
something ominous. Something even a little feminine. But in a strict manner.
Who is Dolores Day?
A historic figure? The author of the modern age? You will have to look elsewhere for opinions.
For you, she is something painful. Though it's hard to say why.
What do you think of them?
The moral intern are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change. And it doesn't look like that's about to happen.
It is more than that. There's some kind of affection in him.
You like it?
Yes, I did, when I was younger. In my 20s, I considered myself a moralist. A blue forget-me-not, a piece of the sky. They're not all that bad, but the years have changed that. I don't know what I believe in now. No, I believe in the RCM. That's enough for me.
I have opinions.
Do you?
We are stooges of the world's biggest bourgeois organization protecting bourgeois rights. Men are turning into women. Oh gosh. Wouldn't that be so sad if men turned into women? Oh my god.
No. We are stooges of the world's biggest bourgeois organization, protecting the people of Revachol. That's the hand we were dealt. Without the MI, we would be common vigilantes.
Maybe we should make our own law.
Spoken like a revolutionary, not a cop. But hypothetical aside, in Martinez we already are vigilantes. At least the Union thinks so. I expect our job here to prove quite challenging.
The lights of the orphan district are reflected in his glasses. The red and golden orbs of the motorway sliding like pearls on a string from east to west as Revachol commutes back to the suburbs. Tomorrow is Tuesday. Monday is over.
Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
Okay, I've got a couple skill points. I should really focus on getting smarter. Yeah, let's viscalc this up, I think. Probably a good idea. And what does my journal say? Okay, so we've only been east of the city so far. Who else has unauthorized access? Ask Kuno. Do I need to ask Kuno? Explore the secret passages. Yep. Get a sad song. Keep asking Joyce about reality. Ask the cook. Tell Everett I unlocked that door. Find my badge. Get to door 28. Investigate that apartment. Ask Joyce about... Do all the Joyce stuff. Well, 20 real. As long as I don't have a free place to stay. Wish I had a free place to stay. There's a few things that we've completed, so it's not too terrible. Alright, I think this is good. Oh, I need my shoe. If only.
There they both are. Two identical shoes, both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin, reunited on your feet.
These don't look like cop shoes.
It's pretty clear a normal cop is not what you are.
How do they fit?
Good. They're balanced. Comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now.
Wow. Ouch. See you in the morning.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
Okay, I also want interfacing. Interfacing seems like rather useful. But what are my clothes? Alright, I should leave to change my clothes. I probably should have done... Wait, why did I do that? I'm not smart. I should have done it this time and then done it again. But I am
a mirror hangs on the
too
bathroom
not
wall.
smart for that.
In it, your face, adorned with the faucet is quite
Okay,
terribly
it worked anyway.
mangled,
Yay.
but you just might be able to twist its parts into place. You handle the chain cutters deftly, applying just enough pressure. The faucet regains a recognizable shape. The steam stops. Told you that you needed those chain cutters. The mirror begins to clear slowly without you having to wipe it.
This won't work.
It's like something
Oh my
snaps
god,
in you.
not 12.
A nerve ending, a thought, a sadness. Your face in the mirror is suddenly clean of the layer that had distorted it for God knows how long. Just like that, it's over. The running gag that your life had become. A sad old man looks back at you.
Oh, I think my portrait in the bottom left changed.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful.
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after 9 p.m.
The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes. And then sleep doesn't come.
What?
And then sleep doesn't come.
But I want to sleep.
Obviously, you're in bed with your eyes closed, but it's not happening.
Why?
Maybe it's the bed's fault.
Check the pillow.
Its synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps. The pillowcase smells oddly.
Check the blanket.
It barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly. This is your body here, intimate and warm, breathing. Under your thrumming eyelids, you see a dizzying array of colors. You won't get off this carousel quite so easily.
Do a little roll.
It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it?
Who killed him?
Something to do with, what was it that the lieutenant said? Union? And it's gone again. Your thoughts lost between the slowing brain waves.
No more thoughts.
Your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep and images start forming.
Oh gosh. Now this
Do
is
you
disco.
remember the scent of your childhood?
What is this?
What it says on the can, Harry. Answer the question.
I was born in a hospital where people usually go to die.
You're not kidding anyone, Harry.
Oh.
You don't remember shit. Tell me, do you remember your wife's hand on your face?
You said who?
Do you remember the warmth of her thighs, between her legs and in her mouth?
I left.
Oh no, funky baby, you stayed. It was the rest of it that left. Or you just stood there, with one hand on the bottle and the other on your dick, watching it go. Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours?
I can get it back.
No, it's gone. 3 times gone and never coming back. You failed. You failed me. You failed Elysium.
What is Elysium?
Everything. The Pale and the Islas. On the surface. The outer magnetosphere. Burning, furious truth. 8,000 years of written history. You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people. And you failed every single one of them. You really fucked up.
I've talked to you before.
No, Harry. You were just talking to yourself. That's all you ever do. Even in your dreams. And the act is wearing thin. The spots of the disco ball fade around you. You'll be back in those cold snakeskins in no time. Sweating up the bed. Stinky boy.
I can come back from this.
You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours, bumping into things and acting like a clown. Who are you kidding?
I'm trying to solve this case.
You're trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin, sleep-like state. More glass than velvet, grinding in your head.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of new type of hangover.
God, there's another type?
Oh yes, party boy, and it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too, so soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head like clockwork, barely let you sleep at all. Time to get those clothes on, Harry. Time to go to work in the shit factory.
Good going, buddy.
What the hell was that?
Oh, just a dream. You have ones like that all the time. You feel even worse this morning than you did last night.
What the hell is going on with me?
You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think.
Why is this happening?
It's just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to get some more. Don't do that. Stay strong. The hangover will wear off. You don't need to keep doing this to yourself.
No, I can do this. I'm not going to go looking for speed.
Are you sure? Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days? Basically, a week. Let's be honest, 2 weeks. Maybe 3. You won't make it. Half the town will be dead by then. You will be fired.
That's a lie.
Suit yourself. Slow, sad.
Alright, I think I am going to properly save and end the stream now. This is a good game. I'm having a time. Also, let's raid FGs because Mario Kart 8 is a cool game. Thank you everyone for watching. As you can tell, I kind of started zoning out by the end of that, so yeah, hope the viewing experience wasn't too terrible. I'll try and stream again in the next like 2 or 3 days or something. I don't know. Wow, I'm really out of it. Okay, see ya everyone.